Yo, it's your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, back at you with a new video. Today is Monday, January 1st, 2024, with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can, Cash App, $ ORION NWSF, or the YouTube Super Chat right here. This is going to be a great one. The Rose Bowl, baby. Alabama Crimson Tide versus the Michigan Wolverines. We're going to get started here with kickoff in just a few minutes. Hope everyone had a great, blessed holiday, a great Christmas, and a happy new year. Hopefully, everyone stayed safe, didn't get too hungover today, and your boy is ready, got everything done. Oregon Ducks winning the Fiesta Bowl, baby, against Liberty. I love seeing that. Then the Kraken are doing really, really well in the Winter Classic. They're up 2-0 on the Vegas Golden Knights in this second intermission. I don't think I would have anticipated that. So I've been watching both of those. And then we're going to be double dipping tonight. Not only are we going to be doing the Alabama Crimson Tide and the Michigan Wolverines, I'm also going to be doing the Texas Longhorns versus the Washington Huskies. So we're going to be locked and loaded once this game ends. I've already made both the thumbnails. It took me about 2 hours to make both. So once this is done, we'll have maybe a 10-minute break, and then I'll get all the information loaded with the tags and everything, and then we'll start another stream, and then we'll be ready to go. I'm ready, man. Let's go. And then obviously here, just to give you guys a quick preview. So here we got the Michigan Wolverines and Alabama Crimson Tide, J.J. McCarthy and Jalen Milroe. And then I'll even give you a little double dip here. I found a Washington Huskies one there for the second game. And then we got the Texas Longhorns and Quinn Ewers going against Michael Penix Jr. It's going to be a fantastic day. I can't wait, and I hope you guys are doing great. Let's go, baby. I've been anticipating this matchup for a long, long time. This was me last night, and this is me right now. Let's go, baby. I'm ready. Let's go. Megan in the building. Let's go. We're in the second intermission. I only missed about 25 minutes or so. I'm ready to go. I'm very, very excited. I don't get too excited about bowl matchups that often, but obviously with this one, we know it's going to be fantastic. And I feel that with these matchups, Alabama and Michigan, Texas and Washington, I don't think anyone would really be that shocked either way with any team winning. If Michigan wins, I think a majority of America would say, well, they're supposed to. Yeah, if Washington wins, they're the underdog, but I feel that people think Washington is going to win. But if Alabama and Texas both win, will anyone really be that surprised? I don't think so. And I can't wait to be able to see how these teams match up. This is going to be a smash mouth, physical game, more defense and more running the football in this one, probably a little bit lower scoring. And then in the other matchup with Washington and Texas, I think that one's going to be a shootout, maybe 38-35. There's going to be a lot of points scored. Not saying that the defense is going to be terrible with Texas and Washington, but they're just not as good as defensive teams as Alabama and Michigan overall. So can't wait to be able to see what we get today. And I can't wait. I can't wait. Let's go, baby. All right, baby. Let's go. 2-0 Kraken, baby. Love that. Great start. I don't think anyone on planet Earth anticipated that. I mean, I figured that Vegas, they are the better team, but we are, at home, outside, and that vibe, maybe that energy. And then we obviously got off to a good start with Eli with that first goal. So I love it. And I'm going to be watching it at the same damn time to make sure that we finish that game and we win. Happy New Year's, everyone. Let's get to 100 in donos. Let's do it. And this is a long day. I had to prep Paisley and let her know, hey, daddy's got to work for, maybe 8-9 hours straight because, we don't get this opportunity that often where we get these two amazing football matchups on top of the Kraken in the Winter Classic and the Ducks going against Liberty. I mean, hell, if it was my choice, I would have done all four streams back to back to back to back. But I got to make sure I'm a good dog father and I'm taking care of Paisley to make sure she's getting her exercise in and getting the plenty of loves from dad as well. Let's go, baby. So you guys should have played UGA. Who picked the Ducks to play Liberty? Yeah, I would have. Well, I mean, if we would have played Georgia, we probably would have got manhandled. But it is what it is. It would have been more enticing. But also, Georgia had some guys that obviously opted out. But even with that being said, with all the opt outs that Georgia had, I don't think that Oregon would have been able to beat Georgia. I have to give respect where respect is given. Georgia deserved to be in this playoff. If there's one team that maybe didn't deserve it, I would say it's Texas. So if it's me, I would have done Alabama, Georgia, Michigan, Alabama, Georgia, and Washington. And then I would have let Texas, be that odd team out. But again, it's kind of nice to be able to not have two SEC teams, in the playoff because normally it's two Big Ten, Michigan, Ohio State, Alabama, Georgia. So it is kind of nice to have Washington and Texas and Michigan in there and only one SEC team. But we saw what Georgia did to Florida State. They absolutely obliterated them, which I knew they would. Judah in the building. What's good? Let's go, baby. Let me know. Let me know when the Kraken comes back on as well. I mean, let me see if I can turn it on here. I just don't want my. I don't think my internet connection will slow down. I think it'll be okay. If it starts lagging, then I'll have to minimize that. But I think we'll be okay. All right, baby. Let's go. Happy New Year's. I got Michigan and Washington. So, people want to say that, it's rigged, this or that, but I feel that Michigan has worked very, very hard to get to this point. And as long as Jim Harbaugh didn't tell his players, I'm going to the NFL, then I would say that Michigan is going to win. If Michigan, he went in the locker room and he told them this is my last game, then Michigan will get blown out tonight. So I'm pretty sure, everything should be good to go. But I have mad respect for Alabama and the SEC and Georgia, but I got Michigan and Washington. It's time for a new era. And I think if Michigan and Washington end up going, it'll start a brand new rivalry in the Big Ten with Oregon and Washington and USC and UCLA coming in next year. And we're going to try to take the spot from Michigan and Ohio State and Penn State as the big dogs in the Big Ten. Let's go, baby. And here we go. Let's go, baby. Yeah, well, you could argue Nick Saban is the best coach in college football. Harbaugh, right up there. Ryan Day's pretty good. Dan Lanning is pretty good. But I guess if you had to really, think about like coaches, Kirby Smart is a pretty damn good coach, but it also helps when you're getting a bunch of five-star guys. But I would have to say if I had to take two coaches that are the top two, they're playing in this game right now. With Nick Saban, and then I would go Jim Harbaugh, and then probably Kirby Smart, and then Ryan Day and Dan Lanning as probably the top five coaches right now. Here we go. Shotgun set. McCarthy. Little bootleg. Looking for a man. And again, Alabama defense. Oh, did he pick it? Whoa. Wow. McCarthy with a pick right out of the gates. Can't play like that. You got to be able to pound the rock. I mean, Alabama is legit. We know that. SEC usually is king, no matter if it's Georgia or Alabama. They have, the skill set players. They have speed. They have agility. And, no matter what, if they're an underdog or if they're the favorite, they're always going to be able to, give 110% effort. I don't know what the hell that was by J.J. McCarthy. That was a terrible throw. That's why I don't think he's going to be that good of a pro. I think he's good enough to possibly win this game if they hand the ball off to Blake Corum. But if you're going to throw passes like that, you're not going to win the game. Unbelievable. How the hell are you going to have the first play of the game be a pass and you don't throw it out of bounds? Throw it out of bounds, 10 yards, out of bounds. Throw it over the top. Throw it into the crowd. Like, why would you throw it, like lofting it towards the sideline like that? That's why I've always been kind of like, shaky with J.J. McCarthy. I seen what he's done. Let's see if he stepped out before he actually caught it. Looks like he probably did. Oh, he does step out, so Michigan's going to get the ball back. Michigan going to get the ball back, baby. But again, McCarthy has a kind of a skill set, but when I look at him, He kind of reminds me of like a poor man's like Philip Rivers or a poor man's Ben Roethlisberger. Like you got some skill set there, but I don't know if you're going to be able to succeed in the NFL game. I don't. I think there's quite a few quarterbacks that are better than you. Will he be able to be average? And be mid? Yeah, but he seems like more of a game manager and a backup quarterback to me in the NFL. Out of bounds. There we go. You got lucky. You got lucky. Yeah, give it to Corum. Exactly, Sarah. Give it to Corum. And if you're going to want to win this game, you have to be decisive. This isn't Michigan versus Ohio State. This isn't Michigan versus Penn State. This is Michigan against Bama. If you play like shit, you will lose, and you probably will lose big. So hopefully that is a learning lesson for them right there, that if you're going to throw it out of bounds, throw it out of bounds. Don't even give them a chance, because there are so many athletes on Alabama, that you don't want to take a 50-50 chance and all of a sudden Alabama gets a cheap pick, because I guarantee they would have scored on that drive if it went to Alabama, 100%. And it wouldn't have been a field goal. It would have been a touchdown, even with Michigan's #1 rated defense. Man in motion, screen pass. And again, I know they respect Alabama and Georgia SEC defense, but if you got the #1 defense yourself and you got one of the best running backs in the game with Blake Corum, run the damn ball. Let's go. How do you like the background, Sarah? I had to get one, obviously, with JJ and obviously with Harbaugh. And then, obviously, we got Milroe and Saban. I like it. I had to make sure I didn't use just the thumbnail itself. So I got a nice one set up for Washington and Texas with Quinn Ewers and Michael Penix Jr. on each side as well. It's going to be awesome. Let's go. 3rd down and 8. Shotgun set. McCarthy. Terrible pass. I mean, I get it. You're playing an SEC team, and I don't know if Michigan is afraid, if they got butterflies and they're just intimidated by Nick Saban in Alabama. But you have to play much better than that. And not giving Blake Corum an opportunity early on makes me a little nervous that Michigan can win this game. Because if you're not going to be able to go with your identity all year, you're not going to win. You're not going to win by throwing the ball against Alabama 50 times a game. So I don't know what kind of game plan Harbaugh has, but so far they get an F on my slate right now, because you didn't even do your strong suit right there. You pretty much said, we're intimidated by Alabama. We have Blake Corum. We're not going to run, and we're going to be an idiot. We're going to try to win it with J.J. McCarthy, to me, who is not even really that good of a quarterback. You could argue that McCarthy might be the 4th best, out of the 4 quarterbacks. I would say he's probably 3rd. Milroe is 4th. And then I would go, a toss-up between Quinn Ewers and Michael Penix Jr., one or the other as the top 2. But the quarterbacks are better on the other side, on the other game. So, you don't want to have Milroe outplay you. Sometimes Milroe will start out a game 0 for 6, and then you're like, what the hell, Justin Fields 2.0, and not the good Justin Fields. And then eventually he'll turn it on with his legs and his arm. Let's see if this Michigan defense is for real. Let's go, baby. Oh, 12 noon, you know what time it is? Time for a sack lunch. Yum, 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 yum. There's that Wolverines. There we go. Michigan's going to have to win this game with their defense, and they're going to have to find a way, to be able to have a little bit of offense. Same thing with Alabama. I think Alabama's offense is going to run smoother, just because of Nick Saban. Michigan is just like run, 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 and then they try to hit you with, passes here and there. But they're primarily a running team that plays good defense, right? But I don't have a whole lot of faith in McCarthy. And then obviously with Milroe, I don't got a whole lot of faith in him either. But I like Milroe as an athletic, quarterback more than J.J. McCarthy as a pocket quarterback. So I think Milroe has an advantage against McCarthy. I think McCarthy's the worst quarterback out of the 4. So if they don't run the ball and play great defense, they have no chance in this game. And obviously we know Alabama, they can run, they can throw, and they have good defense. So again, Alabama is going to be probably, even though they're the underdog, they might be the silent favorite. It's 12 noon. You know what time it is? Time for another sack lunch. Yum, 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 yum. And it's great that Michigan's got the number one defense. I love that. But what are you going to do on special teams and offense? That is really the big question. Alabama will bring it on defense with sack lunch and picks, and they're going to get pressures also, but their offense runs smoother. So we'll see how it goes. Michigan's defense is showing that they are the number one defense in the land, but what am I going to get on the offense and special team side of it? That's why this game is going to be low scoring more than likely, maybe a 23-20 kind of game, maybe even lower scoring than that, maybe 17-14. I don't really know, but they are going to be running in mud. But when we do have a big play, fumble, fumble. Wow, I think Alabama recovered. Who got it? Who got it? Alabama football. Uh-oh. You're going to get the offensive game 38-35 with Washington and Texas. There'll be some defense, but there'll be a lot of Quinn Ewers, a lot of Michael Penix Jr. That'll be the more enjoyable game to watch. Why are you trying to catch it on the run, you fucking idiot? Michigan, you dumbasses. J.J. McCarthy fucking almost throwing a pick, fumbling it there on special teams. It's like almost Michigan is too nervous to be playing in this game. Come on now. If you were going to play like this, we might as well have had Georgia in this fucking game. You know? And like I said, I respect both of these teams tremendously. Just like I do with Texas and Washington, me being a Duck fan and whatnot. But again, defense wins games. Defense wins championships. Let's see if the defense can bail out Michigan one more time. Let's go. Handoff. Gain of about 4 or 5. Michigan really shooting themselves in the foot. Oh, Milrow. Look at that athleticism. Close to the first down marker. Got an injury down on the field. I'm watching the Kraken Winter Classic, obviously, too, being a Kraken fan. So trying to be able to get in everything. I obviously watched the Ducks, beat Liberty, which was, we already knew that game was going to be kind of dog shit because Liberty's fucking terrible and whatnot. So trying to explain how to use a streaming thing here. Sarah in the building. What's good? Let's go. Preston in the building. Let's go Kraken. I can't believe we're up 2-0. That's wild. Happy New Year, happy holidays. Hope you guys are having a good one. And then obviously I'm double dipping today. So obviously with the thumb, this one took me about an hour to make. JJ McCarthy, Jalen Milrow with the Rose Bowl. And then we'll take probably a 10-minute break. And then we'll be going in here with the Texas Longhorns with Quinn Ewers and Michael Penix Jr. Now, if I had my choice, I probably would have ended up, doing the Duck game. Then I would have done the Kraken Winter Classic. Then I would have ended up doing this particular matchup as well. But I'm ready to go. Hope everyone had a happy new year, and we're going to end up doing, obviously, 2 straight games back to back. All right, let's go. All right, let me pull up this Kraken here real quick. One sec. Got to try to multitask as many things as we possibly can. So 2-0 Kraken on the Vegas Golden Knights as being one of the best teams in the NHL. Seattle just trying to get to, that 500 level. Definitely didn't start off very well. And I like what I'm seeing so far, especially if we end up getting this dub, which it looks like we probably will. Third down and 1 with the review. Let them know. Let's take advantage of the opportunity here this year. But very surprised Michigan, didn't go with Blake Corum right out of the gates. Pretty much said that we're afraid of Alabama. We're afraid of their reputation. We're afraid of Nick Saban. We're afraid of the defense. It's like, you got the number 1 rated defense with Michigan. Why are you afraid? If you got Blake Corum, use them. You're acting like you don't even have them. And then to throw that pick towards the sideline, they got really lucky that Bama stepped out for them to, be able to have that. And then let alone, they ended up, stopping them, forcing a punt, and then fumbled that. They're fumbling the bag already. Well, Alabama tush push. I think they got the first down. First down, Bama. Move the chains. Still 2-0 Kraken. Less than 18 minutes to go in the third period. Can't believe they're up 2-0. If anything, I thought that Vegas would be up 2-0. So let's go. Kraken score again. Bang. 3-0 Kraken. You got to be fucking shitting me. That would have been an amazing, amazing matchup to go to. Let's go. Yanni, let's go. Let's go. Unbelievable, Megan. Let's go. The best possible scenario with those jerseys. You got one that looks like ice cream, and then you got the Kraken's uniform. Low snap, fumble, handoff, picking it up, rumbling and a bumbling. Bama, he could go all the way. Touchdown, Bama. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Michigan. Uh-oh. Fumbled snap. Jace McClellan, 34-yard rushing TD. Michigan, I thought you had the number 1 defense in the land. You don't look like it. A hat and a hat. Look at those blocks up front by the Alabama offensive line. Hit him with a shimmy and a shake. Hit him with a skirt. Touchdown, Bama. Extra point is up, and it's good. Wow. I don't know if I anticipated that. All right, Michigan, your turn. Yeah, we want to try to get the likes up. We'll try to hit 20, and then once we hit 20, let's get to 30. And then obviously let's try to hit the goal as well. Happy New Year's, happy holidays. If you're in the room and you're brand new or you're just watching, let me know where you're from. Shout out to all the people that are watching on Twitter/X. Shout out to you. What are we at on the sub count right now, too? We're at 20,175. So if anyone chooses to be able to sub, we do a little bit of everything here: college football, NFL, NBA, NHL, NASCAR, AEW, WWE, and we don't really have any bias. We got a great room with a great supporting cast, and the main thing is just trying to appreciate greatness. Not trying to be a hater all the time. Everyone's got their favorite team and favorite players, but I like to be able to, just appreciate greatness wherever it's at. It's not necessarily, the name on the front with the team name. It's about the name on the back. And we're just trying to be able to maximize the effort and have a great 2024. So if you are new or you're stopping by and you're watching, if you think I'm worth the sub, great. If not, maybe I'll earn one from you in the future. And then we'll try to get to our dono goal as well. And I hope everyone had a happy holiday and a happy new year. Let's go. I can't believe we're in fucking 2024 already. At least I didn't fuck up in the intro and say 2023 again. So 3-0 Kraken. Let's go. Unbelievable. And I got it on the TV here as well. So I'm watching multiple things at once. And shout out to my Oregon Ducks beating Liberty, which we already knew that they would. It wasn't even really that good of a game, to be honest. I mean, they blew them out in the first half. 45-6 was the final in the Verbo Fiesta Bowl. So I guess I'll take that. Tennessee beat Iowa. Sorry, Sarah. 35-0. That's disgusting. And then we got Texas and Washington coming up at 5:45 p.m., which I'm going to be doing that game as well. Let's go. And then once we end up hitting the initial goal, we'll go to the next. So make sure you're following that, Sarah, and we'll be able to see what we can get. 3-0 Kraken, 7-0 Bama. All right, baby. Show me. There was a lot of hype, with this Michigan Wolverines, Big Ten, Big Ten, Big Ten, Michigan, Ohio State, Michigan. And then all the SEC fans are like, it's all, fine and dandy that you guys think you're good, right? But we all know that college football runs through Alabama and with Georgia. And obviously, Georgia's stomping the shit out of Florida State. They should have been in this game. But again, they wanted to be able to mix up college football. And the way that college football is going with the NIL deals and all the people opting out, it feels like the only games that are going to matter moving forward are this one and the next one. If you make it to the Final Four, people are going to not opt out. They're going to try to win the Natty, and they're going to try to be able to make it to the NFL. But if you're not in the Final Four, I feel like a lot of people aren't really going to care, and the matchups are terrible. We already have terrible matchups in college football, week to week. How many top 25 matchups do we have week to week during the regular season? A couple? And then a bunch of garbage matchups. I don't want to have the bowl games end up being unwatchable, but I feel like starting this year, it's the first time where most of them are unwatchable. They're not good because you have so many players opting out or saying, I don't want to fucking play, right? And if that ends up happening, you end up having this great product in the regular season, like Ohio State, and then they get fucking stomped and put up a 3. That is not what college football is about. And I get it. I love that the players are getting paid, but this is starting to, maybe the beginning of the end of college football. Because if you can't even be a top 4 team in a 12-team playoff next year, if you end up being 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, is it really going to matter? We'll find out. But I feel like the shape of college football is starting to kind of go in a downward trajectory unless you're one of the top 4 teams at the end of the year. So I hope it gets better, but based on what I've seen in the bowl games this year, almost all of them have been unwatchable. They haven't really been good. Supposedly they're going to be good matchups, but you let me know how Georgia, Florida State turned out. Not good at all. All right, Michigan, your turn. 3-0 Kraken. Let's go. All right, got a shift in motion here. Trips right. Man in motion, bringing a receiver over to the left. Handoff. Finally, they give it to Blake Corum. How much time is left in the first quarter? Less than 10 minutes? And they're like, oh, we got a running back, Blake Corum. He's kind of good. Maybe we should go to him. Stop being pussies. Stop being afraid of Alabama and go right at them. That's the only way that you're going to win this game. You're not going to be able to throw it deep and, for 60-yard bombs, on Alabama. It's not going to work that way. You're going to have to ground and pound and make sure that you get sack lunches and picks and be able to get in the face of Milroe. Otherwise, you're going to get blown out in this game. McCarthy, halfback toss, going to the left side. Now, good block up front. Let's go. Let's go. First down, Wolverines through the chains. Let's go, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. 7-0 Bama. 3-0 Kraken. Unbelievable. I love it when people come in here and think that this is the game. If you look at the thumbnail, it says live play-by-play and reactions. Obviously, that's not going to be the actual game. And if you don't know how to use streaming sites, you need to go to fucking school or learn how to read a fucking book. It's not that hard, okay? You either have cable, right? You either have satellite or you learn how to use the fucking internet and how to go to a streaming site. Come on! It's not your first day on the goddamn internet. I guess for some people, maybe it is. Let's go. Eddie in the building. What's good? Preston in the building. What's good? Man in motion. Shotgun set. McCarthy with a little fake screen. Good closing speed by Bama there. It's been a minute, Eddie. What's good? Third down and long. Third down and 8. Michigan 5 wide, trips left, man in motion. McCarthy with a run, almost to the first down marker. What kind of play call is that? I mean, they almost got the first down right there, but I don't know if I would have ran that type of play there. But JJ ain't that fast, but I guess Harbaugh's a fucking wheeler and dealer. He gives no fucks, I guess. And I really wonder if he's going to go to the NFL or not, because I assume that if he told his players that he was leaving, then the effort isn't going to be as high. 4th down and 1. Give it to Blake Corum, you fucking idiots. Let's go. Corum. And it's not that hard. Let's go. Let's get those likes up. And then hopefully we can get to the goal today as well. We've gotten a couple subs, so I do appreciate the people that are watching that have subbed to the channel. Thank you so much. Shout out to all the people watching on Twitter/X as well. Less than 12 minutes to go. Kraken 3, Vegas Golden Knights 0 in the NHL 2024 Winter Classic in Seattle at T-Mobile. And we are here in the Rose Bowl, baby. College football semifinal, Michigan, Bama. I've been wanting this game for such a long time. Good day. Ducks win against Liberty. Kraken's going to beat the Vegas Golden Knights. 2 amazing college football games. What a great way to start 2024. Let's go. Absolutely. 7-0 Bama. Michigan playing sloppy, but it seems like they're starting to kind of get a little comfortable. The butterflies are starting to go away. All right, you are Michigan, right? You are the number 1 team in the land. Act like it. JJ, move those feet, baby. First down, Mullins. First down, McCarthy. First down, Wolverines. Move the chains. Let's go. Nice job right there by JJ, not acting like goddamn Joe Flacco, being 80 years old out there, even though Joe Flacco has been playing some good ball as of late. We know Joe can't really scramble out of the pocket. But JJ McCarthy, there we go, keeping those eyes downfield. Nice job. First down, Michigan. It's kind of funny, too, because I might have to use Joe Flacco in the championship in fantasy. Either him or Mahomes or Baker Mayfield, and I'm probably going to go with Joe Flacco. Oh, look at this end around. There we go. Michigan about to score. See if Alabama can hold them to a field goal, which is possible, but it feels like momentum has shifted a little bit, and we might be able to get a tutty out of Michigan here. Keep pounding the rock with Corum. I hate it when teams have amazing defenses and forget, or they have an amazing top 5 running back in the land and they forget they have them. Make sure that you're using the weapons that you have. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to keep up. That's what got you here in the first place, right? A great running game and a great defense. Don't forget it. 2nd down and 4. Pound the rock. Shotgun set. McCarthy right there in the flat. Touchdown, Wolverines. There we go. Perfect play right there. Off the play action, Corum leaked out. You could see that he was going to be wide open. I love the play call. Great job. Touchdown, Michigan. We have ourselves a game, baby. Let's go. Let's go. I'm so happy that Michigan, after almost throwing a pick and then, fumbling the bag with the fumble off the punt from Alabama, they finally settled in and they're not down by 14 already. Now they're able to even it up. Extra point is up and it's good. 7-7. Let's go. Nice job. Heck yeah. What a great start. I'm going in here. Any other news or anything else that's going on, let me know. Type it in the chat. And like I said, if you're brand new to the channel, let me know that you're here. We're only at 12 right now, likes 14. Let's get to 20 with the amount of people that we got in the room. And hopefully we can hit 20, then we'll hit 30, then we'll hit 40. So everything helps with analytics and obviously with the demographics and whatnot. So, if you can't donate or don't want to, you can at least chat in the room. And if you don't feel like chatting, you can at least hit the like button and help us out here. That'll help us with the trajectory of the next stream as well. So both coaches didn't shake hands. Yeah, I heard that. I did hear that. Kraken's still up 3-0. Let's go, baby. So many things going on right now. Let's go. I'm just looking at stats right now. I'm a nerd like that, so I got to get in on all the stats. 6 more likes at 20. Let's keep it up. Like to hear the thoughts on the Detroit situation with the debacle. Are we talking about the Pistons? What Detroit situation are we talking about? I mean, I was happy that they finally got their first win, you know, in a long, long time. See what Wander Franco arrested for no-show act. Jordan Travis helps FSU land Ugolele from Oregon State. I saw that. Prize portal quarterback Ward declares for the NFL draft. That's surprising. And then we got Texas and Washington at 5:45 right after this game. LSU 35, Wisconsin 31. Final in the Relay Quest Bowl. Liberty down 6-45, 45-6. Oregon in the Fiesta Bowl. Tennessee 35-0 against Iowa. And then we got a nice 7-7 matchup here. Let's go. Oh, the Lions. There was a couple debacles with the Pistons fumbling the bag a couple times when they could have won. But with the Lions, I mean, I wouldn't have gone for it for a 2-point conversion after you ended up, getting it, and then obviously getting your heart ripped out, whether the ref hurt them or not, and it was some type of, bad ref call, a simple mistake by the ref. But once you end up going for it for two and you get it, and then they say it didn't count, you don't go for it for two again and again and again because you're already over emotional and you're not going to be able to, think clearly. So I already knew that once they got their heart ripped out after letting them know that, hey, you got it. Oh, no, you didn't. You thought you won, but you didn't, and then you ended up continuing, to go for it. They should have just took the extra point, held on for 20 seconds if they could have, unless Aubrey would have kicked like a 50-yard field goal to win. But I would have, even though the defense is bad for the Lions, I would have just kicked the extra point, tried to hold them into overtime, and then seen if you could win right there. And I get it. You knew that, going for two might have been the only chance you were going to have to win. But once the initial, 2-point conversion went in, it counted, and then it didn't count. You have to use your brain because if you play like that in the playoffs, you're not going to be able to go that far. So, we already know the Niners are probably the most well-rounded, best team in the NFC. Then you got the Cowboys and Lions, but they're unproven. The Cowboys, they're good during the regular season, but they usually choke in the playoffs. Is this the first year where maybe they don't choke and they win a playoff game or two? It's possible. The Lions are good, but their defense stinks. And then everyone else in the NFC is kind of we'll see. And then on the AFC side, we know the Ravens are the best team in football, not only in the AFC, but in the NFC. And the only team that is a kryptonite to them is Joe Flacco and the Cleveland Browns. They don't got Nick Chubb. They don't got Deshaun Watson. He's getting massages at some parlor somewhere in America. But the defense is really, really good. And I feel that's the only team that might be able to knock off the Ravens in the playoffs. So we'll have to kind of wait and see how it all plays out. But we should get a Ravens Niners Super Bowl. But that's what we deserve, something elite like that. But there's always going to be upsets in the playoffs. So there is no guarantee that we even get the Ravens and the Niners, or even both. I would assume we'll get at least one. But hopefully we end up getting a good matchup, regardless of what team that you root for. Let's go. I don't want to make the playoffs. But it looks like we play the Panthers next week and we'll probably get in. We could have got in just by beating the Saints, but everybody in the NFC South is dog shit. They're not going to be able to beat anyone in the playoffs. And I wouldn't mind trying to get like a Michael Penix Jr. type of player, to compete with Baker in the quarterback room. But, realistically, they're stupid. So they'll probably sign Baker to, a long, type of extension. And then I won't even get a quarterback this year or next year. But I'm hoping the Bucs are smart enough to try to draft one this year or next year, whether it be a Michael Penix Jr., Quinn Ewers, Bo Nix, or if you wait till next year with like a Shedeur Sanders or, whatever angle that they're going to go for. But I hope they bring in someone to compete, because Baker isn't good enough to make it to an NFC championship game, and he's not good enough to win a Super Bowl for Tampa, period. All right, 6 more likes to 20, baby. First down and 10. Handoff, Milrow. Good defense by Michigan. Second down and 11. We're knotted up at 7. Shotgun set for Milrow. Treps right. One wide receiver there on the left. Milrow. Incomplete. Less than 8 minutes to go with the Kraken and the Vegas Golden Knights. Kraken 3, Vegas Golden Knights 0. Pinch me. Am I dreaming? My goodness. What an amazing day, huh, Megan? Awesome. I don't know if we could have asked for something better than that. All right, one sec here. All right, here we go. Yeah, definitely a little payback. But I mean, even, I don't think anyone anticipated 3-0, but it shows you, I'm telling you, to be able to move off of Gru and to give, Joey, and some of the others opportunities, and Chris, you want to make sure you're giving opportunities to, second string goalie, third string goalie. And I think that, as much as I love Gru, I want to keep going with what we have. And if Joey Decord is going to be our new number one, I don't see a problem with it, especially if we get another shutout here. Could you imagine? I mean, like I said, he's playing better than Gru. And even even when Gru was in his bag last year, he's playing up to the Gru level when Gru was playing last year. And in some games, he's even playing better. So it's nice to be able to have at least one goalie do something. But our second and third string goalies are actually playing pretty damn well. Look at this flop by this Alabama punter right here, acting like he just got shot. Look at this punter walking like he just got shot. Like, sell the injury, walk with a limp. Ridiculous. It's like you can't act like Joe Theismann and you just got your leg broken. Come on now. Oh, I wouldn't be surprised, Derpy, at any outcome in this game. I think this is the most well-rounded college football playoff of all time. Like, literally, no one knows who's going to win. It's very well matched. Michigan, Bama, we don't know, right? They're both physical. They both like to run the ball. They both got good defense. They both got Hall of Fame coaches, arguably the two best. We don't know. If you're an SEC person, then you're just Bama. If you're Michigan, you're Michigan, or if you're a Big Ten fan. But if you're not a fan of SEC or Big Ten, you don't really know, and that's a good thing, right? It makes it a good entertainment, good TV. And then with Washington and Texas, they both got awesome quarterbacks. They're going to throw it downfield a little bit more. There's going to be more explosive plays, and that game will be probably 38-35 kind of game. So even though this one's a smash mouth game, it's still going to have moments where we're going to be like, oh my God. And that's what we're looking for. 2nd down and 6. McCarthy. There we go. 1st down, Wolverines. You think it'll be a Bama Texas rematch? Could be. It could be. I mean, I wouldn't, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised any other way. Right now, if you're watching both teams, Alabama looks like the better team. But again, it's all about Michigan getting, those butterflies out of there. And if they can settle in, which it seems like they have, I think I like Michigan a little bit more, even though I think Bama is the experienced team. Michigan's kind of like brand new to the scene, even though we know that it's usually been Michigan and Ohio State. Usually those are the teams that end up playing Georgia or Bama, and then they play good for about a half in the Natty, and then they get crushed. And that's typically how it goes in the Natty. The SEC teams dominate. They'll let a team hang around, and then they go into halftime and they punch them in the mouth. Hit them with a couple fatalities in Mortal Kombat, and then all of a sudden you look at the scoreboard and you're like, how is Ohio State down by 20 in the 3rd quarter? But that's kind of how it went. But for this year, it feels like it's up for grabs, and I like that. Who's it going to be? SEC, Big 10, Big 12, Pac-12? And I think that's another reason why they decided to eliminate, Georgia, because they wanted to have all the conferences showcase, maybe for ratings, and especially if it was like 50-50, between some of the teams. Georgia was more deserving than Texas, in my opinion. I mean, you can't go back-to-back natties, be undefeated, barely lose to Bama, and you're telling me you're going to go from 1, not to 2, not to 3, not to 4, but to 5? That seems a little rigged to me. Like they just didn't want Georgia in there and they wanted someone else. You know what I'm saying? But like to act like, even if you're a Georgia Bulldog hater, I mean, imagine if that was your team. You just won back-to-back natties. You're dominating. You've taken the throne from Alabama, right? And then all of a sudden, Bama comes in, punches you in the mouth. You lose one game, barely, and then all of a sudden you drop 4 spots. I mean, you should have only dropped like 1 spot, maybe 2, and at the very most 3 to number 4. There is no reason for them to drop 4 spots after just 1 loss and being back-to-back champs. But essentially, they just didn't want Georgia to even be in the running to win again. So there's like, well, let's eliminate them from the story. So I don't know if I agree with that or not, but I do like the fact, I feel for the Georgia fans, but I do like the fact that we have Texas, Washington, Michigan, and Bama in. I do like that. Variety is good. So he said 44 can't do that unless he gets caught. 2nd down and 11. Let him know, Sarah. And then once we get, that first dono to go, then we'll hopefully get on a little bit of a train. Yeah, because I think I had like 1,500 people for the SEC championship game. But again, it all depends on if people are going to support or show love, if they've been here before, if they've watched us before or not. So got to keep grinding. 3 minutes to go. But hopefully we end up, getting to a good number, because I definitely could have skipped this one and just did, the Kraken in the Winter Classic, and then, did the late game with Texas and Washington. So hopefully, hopefully we end up getting some good results. But again, you can't control what people do. Defend the deep, baby. I'm gonna pull up this last couple minutes of the Kraken here too. Unbelievable. Best game of the year right here. 3-0. and hopefully we can hang on to a shutout, and then that'll be Joey's second shutout. So, I love Gru. I love me some Gru, but this might be a little bit of a changing of the guard because if you keep playing like this, Gru is not going to be first string anymore. They can still put him at second string, but then we got Chris there, and he's actually starting to kind of come into his own as well. And then hopefully Gru can feed off the other two, get depressed, and then we can actually have three good goalies where it doesn't matter which one we have, they're going to be able to win with either one. But pretty fucking impressive, with Joey and what he's been able to do. And that's what I was trying to tell you, Megan, early on, we just need opportunities with the other two guys. And, once I saw that original shutout, I already knew that was the guy to go to, especially if, Gru was physically, mentally not there, or even if he was, he just wasn't playing good this year. I think we can come to terms with that. He wasn't playing good. And if we were still going to stick with him, even if he didn't get injured, right, we would have a worse record than we do right now. So I feel that sometimes you have to make a tough decision, and you gotta be able to try other guys. And Joey Decord is the man. Not saying that Gru isn't, but he lost his starting spot. It's no longer Gru as a starter. I think we're going to go with Joey the rest of the year as the one, and I think that's what they should do. And then at this point, we'll see if Chris ends up showing that he can be the solid two, and we'll see where Gru goes. So it's not like I don't want Gru to be good anymore. It's not like I want Gru to not be on the team. Of course I do. But bottom line, we can all love the players on the team, but if you're playing like shit, you're playing like shit. You deserve to be benched, or if you're injured, you got to figure it out and then let other guys step up. And if everyone was giving up 2 to 3 goals, then Gru will end up getting the starting job back. But Joey's playing well, Chris playing well. I like what we're getting. Let's go. All right, baby, let's go. A couple minutes left. Still knotted up here at 7, Alabama, Michigan. All right, start of the second quarter. 3rd down and 9. I saw that. Shotgun set. 3rd down and 9. Nice catch. Pull forward. Ooh! Hit him with Suplex City. Wow, what a save there by Joey. He said, WWE. Yeah, Suplex City, baby. I see RG3 watches the channel, and he's starting to steal my material as well. Come on, RG3. All you guys on ESPN and NFL Network, tiptoeing in my Jordans. Stop stealing all my catchphrases and everything else. It's not that hard to be original, to come up with your own material. Come on, RG3. Be better. Michigan with the punt. Funny, too, because a lot of those guys that are on TV, all they do is just watch people on YouTube, and then they end up stealing the material from them because they can't come up with their own. Very sad. Unoriginal people on TV thinking they're so smart and so clever, and all it is just spying on other people that are more clever and smart than them, and then they steal it and act like they just made it up. Come on, guys on TV, be better. Less than 2 minutes to go for the Kraken to get that win. Shotgun set. Oh, blitz. Oh, baby. Hit him with the Goldberg spear. Bang. It's 12 noon. You know what time it is? It's time for a Wolverine sack lunch. Yum, 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 yum. No, they're just coming out there like missiles, huh? Michigan. That number 1 D is for real. 1 minute to go. Defend the deep, release the Kraken. And I don't want any cheap goals here right at the end. I want another shutout for Joey Decord. I mean, I'm telling you, we just needed something new, a breath of fresh air, and we got it with Joey. And I like Chris too. Let's not get it twisted. And Philip. Oh, it's 12 noon. You know what time it is? Time for another sack lunch. Wolverine style. Yum, 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 yum. Wow, here we go. Now we get the Wolverines really stepping up like we knew they could. I mean, Alabama's defense is incredible. We saw what they did to Georgia. Georgia's defense is incredible. Alabama's defense is incredible, right? And we know Michigan and Ohio State's defenses traditionally are amazing, right? Nice little end around right there to get through the defense. I see you, Michigan. When's the last time you've seen Alabama or Georgia get sacked up like this by a Big Ten team? I don't think we've ever seen this before. 5 seconds to go for that dub. Milrow with a keeper. Wow. You got to be careful, Milrow. You're going to get blasted. So you got the interception, then you had the fumbled, obviously punt, and everything was Alabama. Michigan's like, hey, we're the number one team. Let's calm down. Let's start running the ball with Blake Corum. Let's start, using that defense, utilizing the schemes that we got. And now you're starting to see Michigan take the momentum back. Uncle Mo is no longer on the sideline for Alabama. He's there with Harbaugh, eating chips off his chest and drinking the 40s. I like what I'm seeing now. There we go. 5 more likes to 20, baby. Let's go. Good game. I mean, even though it's kind of in mud, you're going to get runs, you're going to get stops, you're going to get sack lunches. You're not going to get that up-tempo game until later tonight, with Washington and Texas. So if you like offense, this isn't really the game for you. This is a defensive-minded kind of, game. But the next game, I think we're going to get much higher scoring, and I'm hoping a 38-35 kind of game. And there we go. Look at Hack with the Letterman's jacket. Let's go. Release the Kraken, defend the deep, and hopefully now, with us, with the Kraken winning, this won't be the last time that we end up hosting the Winter Classic, even if we end up being the road team next time. But what amazing love, what amazing payback, and now me and Megan, we also have another win to celebrate there. Let's go. Our first Winter Classic, and then our first Winter Classic shutout. And we haven't had too many shutouts now. Joey DeCord with 2 shutouts. Dredger giving him some love as well with the hugs there. Let's go. I really wish that I was there. I know you wish from Australia that you were there as well. Let's go. Let's go. $10 holla. Stacks on stacks. Racks on racks. How about a little Cactus Jack? Bang, bang, baby. $10 dono. 90 to go to hit the first goal. Let's go. Let me know what you want to do for photos. Should we do DeCord? We probably should, right? Let's go. Hell yeah. Joey. I honestly wish that this was spread out, so that way I was able to do all 3, but I got a chance to watch 2/3 of the game. I only missed about 25 to 35 minutes in the second period because I had to take my pup for a walk. So let's go. Appreciate you. All right, hold up. Let's go here. We'll go here. Awesome. And that's all we needed. I told you, once we figured out, what we had in net, and if we actually could have someone that would give up 2 goals or less every game or a majority, everything else was going to fall into place. The offense would get going. You just need to have that good, solid presence in net. So that way we're not down, 2 or 3 goals in the first and second period. So, heck yeah. Let's go. I'll get you some more once we get into another commercial break. Eli starting it off as well. Appreciate you. Let's go. Let me get you a hack here before we start as well. First down and 10. Short game. Let me get you one more. Oh, I was going to get a different one. Hold up. Let's go. Defend the deep, baby. Release the Kraken. Let's go. Big win for us. Heck yeah. All right, McCarthy, second down and 6. Incomplete. Heck yeah. Awesome. I'm glad we got to watch that, in spirit together and together. McCarthy, little bootleg, and complete. Exactly. That's what I was thinking too. I was thinking Vegas Golden Knights 3-0, or maybe we get one. It would have been 3-1. That's kind of what I was thinking too. So, but sometimes sports, has a way to surprise you. Anytime you think you got it figured out, like the NFL, the complete opposite happens. So, Ducks win, Kraken win, two good college bowl games. I mean, what else can you ask for? Oh, what a fantastic way to start 2024. Ducks win for me, Kraken win for me and you. And we got two amazing games here, which I really don't mind, who wins these matchups. I would, if I was going to go for teams, I would go Michigan, Washington. That was my prediction early on. But if we end up getting Alabama, Texas, that's not going to hurt my feelings either. So, all right, let me squeeze in a couple more photos here while we're on a commercial break. I appreciate you. $10, 90 to go. I'm telling you, that Letterman jacket, it looked good on him. Obviously, it's a little chilly out there, and that's why he was wearing that. But let me see if I can. They usually take a little time to be able to have some of the stuff from the game, but let me see. Let's go. I mean, obviously, you look good, you feel good, you play good. You tell me which jersey combo looks better. It's pretty clear. Vegas, they look like some ice cream flavor and very bland. It looks like something that you get at like Goodwill. And then you got the Seattle Kraken jerseys looking fresh and clean. You look good, you feel good, you play good. One team looks really good, the other does not. 3-0 Kraken with a shutout. Joey DeCord, you're the man. Let's go. Electric, electric, baby. I wish I was there too. But I mean, obviously, I got to work and I got a job to do and whatnot. So, salted caramel or caramel, however you want to say it. Yes, I agree. Yeah, go get a drink here pretty soon. Got it up at 7. Like I said, this game kind of has a feel that it might be like a 23-20 kind of game, 2017 kind of game, but still very, very exciting. And then when we end up getting that Washington Texas matchup, which I will be doing as well, that one should be much higher scoring, a lot more splash plays. And if you love offense, that will be the game for you. This one will be defense, special teams, a lot of sack lunches, picks, some of the some of the game is going to be a little bit in mud because the defenses are so elite. But I still think that you are going to get those big plays. But instead of getting like 4 or 5 deep bombs that you might get in Texas, Washington, in this game you might only get one for each team. But if they complete it, it could be for a touchdown. So that's why we have to keep an eye on these defenses and this O line. The line of scrimmage is going to be won here today. First down and 10. Handoff. McClellan. Michigan defense very stout. Second down and 7. Less than 10 minutes to go. No worries. I just appreciate that we were able to kind of communicate and watch the game together. It's always good when you have fans. I did the same thing with Matt and my buddy Justin during the Duck game. So we might not be able to be in the same room, but we can still watch it in spirit together. Shotgun set, handoff. McClellan, where are you going? Nowhere. Jalen Harrell with a nice tackle there. Yeah, go Huskies. Third down and 9. Shotgun set. 4 wide. We're going to timeout. Yeah, everyone's got different reasons why they want certain teams to win, but obviously a lot of Husky fans or Kraken fans, Sonic fans, Mariner fans, and it's Pacific Northwest. So Michael Penix Jr. I love what he's been doing, and even though I'm a rival, with Oregon, I'm still rooting for them to win. So I don't have to be a hater on that side. Let me go get something to sip on here real quick. Need some water or something. Got me a water. Got to be healthy in 2024. Plus, I mean, the Huskies haven't won a championship. They split a championship in '91 with the U. So obviously, if they can get to the championship game, it'd be a big deal, just like it would be for Oregon. So, and this is the last year of the Pac-12, so I want them to be able to finish strong. So, yeah. And then whoever wins this will go to the Natty, and we'll see what matchup we end up getting. What a great day, man! Ducks win, Kraken win, and not only do the Kraken win in the most dominant fashion with a shutout, and not even a 1-0 shutout, which would have made me and Megan extremely happy. But we got a 3-0 shutout, unbelievable. Sausage McMuffin with always good, something like that in the morning. A little hash brown. Hash browns are so good from there. You usually have to get an extra one. All right, Milrow family, I see you. All right, third down and 9. Shotgun set. Milrow, where are you going? That Michigan defense way too fast. Good views already. We're already at 1,758 views already. Almost blocked. All right, Michigan, your turn. This game is going kind of exactly the way that I thought it was going to go, besides the almost, pick early on and then not going to Blake Corum and then that fumbled punt. But since then, Michigan has been very dominant. Oh, wait. Oh, best winning percentage of the starting quarterback. You could still go 26-1, but I don't know if anyone really believes in JJ McCarthy on the NFL side, though. I think the kid is talented, but I wouldn't want him on my team. Not trying to be a hater or anything, but I think there's quite a few quarterbacks that I would rather have than him. Seems like, a great college quarterback, but NFL, I don't see him, being a top 5, top 10, I don't even know if he's a top 20 quarterback, to be honest. I think there's quite a few players that are better. So, oh, little Cape Cod action. Nice. Yeah, I love me some seafood, bro. I mean, I'm out here on the West Coast, so obviously we get it fresh right out of the Pacific Ocean if you go to the beach. So you get like crispy shrimps with the sweet and sour chili sauce, clam chowder, bread bowls. I mean, it's just incredible, man. I don't know what it's like to eat on the East Coast, but I can imagine, with the Atlantic over there, it's just as good. Oh, first down, Wolverines. Who's the trains? Nice job by Blake Corum there. I love him. I'm not a big fan of JJ McCarthy, but I do love Blake Corum. I feel like with JJ McCarthy, he's kind of a system guy. You know what I mean? Like when they talk about like Brock Purdy being like a system guy, I think JJ McCarthy is more of a system guy than Brock Purdy is. So, like if you put JJ McCarthy on another team, how good is he? Honestly, if he doesn't have a good line, good defense, good running back or wide receivers, can he still like make people around him better? I don't know. Seems like he's kind of a product of the people that are around him, not necessarily him making the people around him better. Not saying that he sucks, because I don't think he sucks, but I don't think he's as good as people think he is. Second down and 8, but good enough to win this game, and possibly good enough to win the championship with this team that he has around him, with Harbaugh coaching him. McCarthy kind of reminds me of like a Phillip Rivers, Big Ben, Joe Flacco, 3.0. He's got the height and everything, but there's nothing really exciting about him, but he doesn't turn the ball over that much, which is good. But I mean, he doesn't give you any like Johnny football vibes or anything like that. And some clams too as well. Daniel in the building. What's good? Halfback toss. Oh, trick play, trick play. Oh no. Oh, McCarthy. Oh, wow. First down, Michigan. McCarthy took a pop. Should have been a flag there on McCarthy. He got blasted late, but what a hell of a way to be able to throw that football and not have it get picked. Trick play worked, but he got fucking blasted. Look at this again. Halfback toss. Going back to the quarterback for a lateral. Then you got a nice little crossing route where the defense gets confused. They start closing on McCarthy. Nice little hole opens up. Too bad it wasn't like a longer gain of like maybe 50 yards instead of maybe like 15 or 20. But incredible play there by McCarthy to keep his eyes downfield and have enough oomph on that ball to get it there. Yeah, I was hearing rumors about that too. We're at 10. Let's get to Hundo. 90 to go. Man in motion. Shotgun set. Oh, Alabama. There's that Alabama defense that I've been waiting for. See, like, since I'm a defensive guy, like a piece of me like loves this kind of game. But then also I'm really, really happy that we don't have the two similar teams playing in the other game. I do like to be able to see some good offense from time to time with guys that can run and throw. So with Quinn Ewers and Michael Penix Jr., we're gonna get a fucking treat in the next game. 0 for 4 on third down. Shotgun set. Third down and 10. McCarthy. There we go. Tiptoeing in my Jordans. Touchdown, Michigan. Tyler Morris from J.J. McCarthy. Bang, bang. That was pretty. I want to see if he stepped out of bounds. I guess he didn't, but what was Alabama's defense doing right there? There we go, Michigan. Way to give it to that SEC team. Let's see if he steps out. Tiptoeing in my Jordans, a little riff-raff action. Oh, baby, he's in. Touchdown, Wolverines. Hell yeah. Get those likes up. Let's go blue. 6 more to 20. Oh, blocked. Blocked. Wow. That might come back and haunt them. That extra point getting blocked right there. Uh-oh. 13-7, Michigan. Let me look at the snap. Oh, snap was terrible. Jesus Christ. What the hell was going on there? 13-7, Michigan. All right. Is there anything else worth watching right now besides? I'm going to look. I think this is really the only thing that we got going on right now. Yep. Oh, baby. Tommy in the building. What's good? 13-7, Michigan. We're on a commercial break here. All right, Alabama, your turn. Four more likes to 20. Not 10. Yeah, four more to 20, not 10. Um, I think in this matchup, I don't really mind who wins, in either of the matchups. I just want good quality football, but I predicted that we'd have Michigan, Washington. But the SEC has been king for such a long time with Georgia and Bama. Georgia probably deserves to be in this game over Texas, but I already knew that this was going to be kind of a slower, kind of smash mouth game, lower scoring, and then the higher scoring game will be the stream that I do right after this. So you did 10 twice, Sarah. 10 and 10. It is a 20. Yeah, I know you meant 20. I was about to look. I had to go look on the thing. I was like, "Are you sure 10?" I was like, "I thought we were already past that." So, and then hopefully once we hit that, then we can get closer to 30. So that'll help with analytics and whatnot, and we'll go from there. But a great day. Oregon Ducks beat Liberty, which I knew they would blow them out. Bo Nix cementing his legacy. One last chance for me to watch him. The Kraken in the Winter Classic beating the Vegas Golden Knights in a 3-0 shutout with Joey Decord. Love that. So, got my Ducks to win, got my Kraken to win, and we got, wow, what a big hit. Oh, my God. Someone call 911. Oh, my God. Oh, McCarthy likes that. He's laughing. Look at this fucking laser hit. Oh, they didn't even show it. Now they're showing the touchdown again. Tiptoeing in my Jordans. Yeah. But I assume that you probably went to sleep pretty early and whatnot. And I didn't stay up too late. Me and Paisley went for a late walk, after the stream and whatnot. And just knowing that I have the Ducks at 10 a.m., I got 2 thumbnails to make before this starts. That's going to take me 2.5 hours, and then getting 2 walks in with Paisley for 2 hours. I've already been up for a long, long time. So, and then obviously watching a little bit of the Ducks and a little bit of the Kraken too. Milrow? Whoa, incomplete. Oh, did he catch it? Wow. Isaiah Bond, he's got a good connection with Milrow. Did he even get his foot down, though? Looks like his foot was in the air when he caught it. Oh, no, he did get the tap in. Nice job by Isaiah Bond. He's been kind of Milrow's go-to guy for Alabama this season, especially late in the season. Oh, you couldn't sleep? Too much anticipation of games, huh? Milrow going deep. Incomplete. All right, baby. Less than 3 minutes to go. Man in motion. Milrow. Nice catch there on the sideline from Bama. Yeah, I don't think anyone's going to be rooting for Bama or like if Georgia was in, unless you're a Bama or Georgia fan. Because I think a majority of people, that are around the country that are watching the games are sick and tired of seeing the SEC win championships over and over and over. You know, so it's kind of nice to be able to have a Pac-12 team in there with Washington, a Big Ten team that's legit with Michigan. It's usually Michigan or Ohio State, and then or both, and then also a Big 12 team with Texas. So McClellan, first down, Bama. And this Texas team might be the best team they've had since like what the Vince Young era. So this one seems like they're pretty legit as well. Especially if Texas can go into Bama and beat them. And that's why we were all kind of questioning Bama against Georgia. It's like if you can go in there and beat Alabama, that's a big deal. Just like when Johnny Football did it years ago. It was very unheard of type of situation. So Well, because everyone opted out, you know? It's like, Ohio State can't be this team that's undefeated or loses 1 or 2 games and then go into a bowl game and put up 3. Like, I'm telling you, the trajectory of college football is going in the shitter. Because like I said, unless you're in the Final Four in the college football playoff semis, no one is gonna be playing their full roster unless you're Oregon. Oregon is literally like the only one that decided to have everyone fucking play. So that's good for the Duck fans and for us, but for everyone else, it's just a shell of your own team in the regular season. Going deep and complete. I mean, you watch games throughout the regular season. A lot of the regular season matchups are terrible. Then you get like the Big Ten SEC championship game. We usually, hopefully, that you hope that it's somewhat good. And then you get to the bowl game, and you're like, yes, one last chance to be able to watch, some elite players. But now everyone is transferring, opting out. They don't want to get hurt, and you don't even get like, what is the purpose of the bowl games now? Money, and that's it. But you're not getting ratings anymore because if teams get crushed like Ohio State, where you're losing like $1 billion to 3, what is going to make us fans watch a full game? When nobody's playing in the game, we're not going to watch. So something needs to change. Like with those NIL deals, like saying you have to play every game, including the bowl game, or we're not going to pay you. And then the players would play. But if they, if they decide that, because it's obviously separate from college football. But if you don't have like a rule like that in place, college football is going to go down the shitter. It already is. All right, Alabama starting to get a little bit of momentum here with less than a minute to go. There we go. Good tackle. 48 seconds to go. 13-7, Michigan. They have not just been bad. Let's be honest, Sarah. We watch more bowl games probably than anybody. I assume Matt watches quite a bit as well, but I would assume that you and me probably watch the most, or at least try to tune in. And by far, this year is the worst that I've ever seen because it's like like when you get Ohio State to be like a powerhouse team, and then they put up a 3. Obviously we know the quarterback. Everyone's transferring, opting out, but it's like I have never seen elite teams have so many people sit out or transfer like this year. And I think it's going to be a trend, and that's not good for college football at all. Especially for hardcore fans like us. It's like now we even have to be more selective on what games we watch. I mean, it was already kind of a crapshoot to begin with in the regular season. Like how many top 25 matchups do we have each week? A couple? So it's like you got like 30, 40 games going on each week, and you have like what, 2 good ones? Unless you have a favorite team and you're watching your games. But I have never seen college bowl games be as bad as this. Besides this game and the next. Little slant. Michigan all over them. 3rd down. Colson with some good defense there. Okay, no worries. I get you some more photos at halftime of the Kraken. So, it's 12 noon. You know what time it is? Time for a sack lunch. Yum, 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 yum. Because you get all these people that'll come through and watch or stay for a little bit and leave. But are they going to like? Are they going to sub? Are they going to donate? A majority of them are not. So I'm always going to take care of the regulars and the people that are important to me. And hopefully we can gain some more people. But it's like when I ended up doing the SEC championship game with Georgia and Bama, no support, and we had like 1,500 people. So, I don't know what it is about certain people or certain fan bases, but college football fan base, MLB, certain sports, NBA. Like it seems like with like NFL and with wrestling, people like the support. NHL as well. But then if it's not NFL, wrestling, or the NHL, and it's any other sport, it's a crapshoot. It's like 50-50 if you actually get support or not. And a lot of times, if you do get support in one of those other things, NASCAR, NBA, college football, it's usually someone that is a part of the channel because they are a football fan, that is actually doing it. So, yeah, we got some good views, at least initially, and that'll definitely help with the algorithm. Got a few subs, so that's good, and then, you can't expect people that don't know who you are, to be able to show love. At least you would hope. But 13-7 Michigan. Reichard. See if Will the Thrill can make this. Extra point is up. No, no, no. Field goal is up, and it's good. 13-10 Michigan. Yeah, it definitely feels like a 2017 kind of vibe, or a 23-20 vibe for sure. Really good game. I mean, I know some people, they want the high scoring, so if they can just be patient, they'll get that in the next game. But again, this one was always going to be low scoring because you have two of the best defenses on planet Earth going against each other. There's just not enough firepower. Now, if you ended up having better quarterbacks, than Milroe and McCarthy, like let's say Michael Penix Jr. was on Michigan, right, and then you had Quinn Ewers on Bama, we would have a higher score than 13-10 right now. Maybe some more turnovers, but there would be a higher score. But I'm just glad I got my walks in. I mean, and plus I haven't had to make two thumbnails in the morning like that. And I'm a perfectionist, so it takes me a long, long time to get it all lined up the way that I want. I have to find the right background photo. Then I got to be able to get the player images and do those myself. And then I got to go through that process. And sometimes it takes a lot longer than I want. Where I have an image that I want, but then I can't get it to format. But I figured that the thumbs they turned out pretty fucking good. I feel like I've mastered this technique, of thumbs. I feel like I've surpassed Johnny, honestly. If you look at my thumbs and what I've been able to do, he's great at what he does, but I feel I'm one of the best at thumbs now as well. So let's go. Can't wait. All right, halftime, 13-10 Wolverines. All right, let me know what you guys want to do for photos while we're waiting, and I'll be able to take care of y'all. And like I wanted to be able to put the Rose Bowl logo above the rose, and that's what I initially did. But it was so small and it was starting to get like kind of distorted. So I figured I would just, I like symmetry. And sometimes people don't understand why I use like two mics and what why I do the things that I do. But it's everything is about symmetry and looking good. And I figured let's just do the logos on the side. And I thought that worked good, compared to putting it underneath Michigan or Alabama or above the Rose and Rose Bowl. Sometimes it's about spacing and just making something symmetrical and look good. And then obviously with this one, I didn't have to worry about a rose or Rose Bowl there. So then I was able to use the Allstate Sugar Bowl little logo there with the PNG, and then throw up the nice, Quinn Ewers on the left and Michael Penix Jr. on the right. Let's go, baby. All right, I think I'm gonna try to get some kind of snack here because, like I said, I'm gonna be sitting here after I finish this stream. Then I'm gonna have probably what are we gonna have, like a 10-minute break, and then we're going in. So I had to make the other thumb, and then I have to get everything prepped for the next stream and whatnot. So Willie in the building. What's good? But let me know what you guys want to do photos. We can do all-time greats for Alabama or Michigan. We can end up doing, photos of whatever, Ducks or Kraken or anything that we had earlier on. But make sure you comment in the chat. Shout out to the people on Twitter/X watching as well. And then I'll be able to throw up some photos for y'all until we get into the second half. 4 more likes, 20, not 10. All right, I gotta grab some chips or something. I am starving. Woodson and Brady, good choice. I need to eat some food here real quick. So. Yeah, basically. Good choices. We try to get some food in my system here. It's been a long day. All right. Got at least a little bit of food in my stomach there, so I feel a little bit better. Good old Derek Thomas. But this is before Bama was like famous, you know, before Nick Saban. So yeah, get something to eat now. We're gonna be busy. We're gonna be busy until like 9 o'clock tonight. So if you're there, you know, and you're gonna be doing a lot of the stuff in the chat to try to get the likes and the subs and the views up. Make sure you make yourself a sandwich or something, you know. We have a long way to go. We'll have a little bit of a break after this game is over, and then we'll be right back at it for the next one. Sarkeesian. Quinn Ewers, I like him. This will be the second game that we're going to do. Yeah, I can't wait. Like I said, I'm hoping 35-35, and then whoever has the ball last kicks a field goal, and then they win, and then it's 38-35 final. Or if we can get into the 40s. But I think, the defenses aren't terrible, but they're not great either. They play good, for stretches. So I still think 38-35, you can still have a decent defense. You're not going to be like this where the game might be 23-20. You're going to give up a few more big passing plays, but we got to have that kind of excitement, throwing the ball downfield, and then we're going to get some magical plays out of Michael Penix Jr. and Quinn Ewers. Both of the defenses aren't as good as these two teams, so it should be higher scoring and two different styles of games that we're going to get, which is awesome for fans like, obviously, you and me. So. I can't wait. All right, I'm going to get my pup a snack. I'll be right back. I'm telling you, it's the beginning of the end of college football. They want to do a 12-game playoff, 16-game playoff, but if nobody's actually playing their players and everyone's just leaving to go to another school, if they don't want to get hurt because they're going to go to the NFL and whatnot. We already had a problem of that to begin with a lot of people opting out, but then now you're not only getting people opting out, but then they're leaving the school. So it's like you have a starting quarterback all year, and then the bowl game comes, and then Ohio State quarterback's not there. So how good do you think they're going to do? They're going to do terrible. You had one guy running the show, and he decides to leave, and then you're left with nothing. How do you explain Ohio State scoring 40, 50, 60 points and then going to the bowl game and putting up 3? That is terrible, terrible, terrible for college football, unless you end up making the college football playoff. So if you're one of the final 4 teams, everyone is playing, everyone is trying to win a natty, everyone is being celebrated. But if you're not in that game or these 2 games, then the rest of the games aren't going to be good. Every year I get excited for college football, and by far this has been the worst bowl season. And I figured it's going to continue to go in a kind of a downward trajectory, unfortunately. Yeah, but the thing is, for like Marv opting out, it doesn't matter. But the quarterbacks, are leaders of the team that are running the offense. So it's like if Oregon State loses their quarterback and their coach, what are they going to do against Notre Dame? They're not going to be able to keep up. If Ohio State's quarterback decides to leave, how good are they going to be? They're not going to be able to win or even compete. So it's like, I don't know what needs to change, like the rules on, having a certain amount of games played and whatnot. But I mean, it's ruining college football. Plus, if you are an elite player and you get hurt, then the amount of money that you make from being like a top 5, top 10 pick, then into a later first round, like if he tore his ACL, that's a big significant drop. Imagine getting $5 million, right in the beginning, and then all of a sudden you go down from $5 million to $1.2 million. You're rich, but there's a lot of money left on the table if you end up going back and, or you could be someone cool like Bo Nix, where you don't have anything to prove, but he loves college football and wants to play with his guys one more time. So salute to the Ducks and Bo Nix, for being that one team that wasn't even in, the championship, contention here, since we lost to Washington by 3 twice, and they pretty much had everyone play. So shout out to Bo Nix for keeping it real. Because obviously, we smashed Liberty, but I wish we would have played someone other than that. Maybe like Mizzou and Oregon would have been much better, more fair. Bo Nix, kind of like a Baker Mayfield. I think his upside might be a little better, but he's a little older. I've been a Duck fan since like the 80s, and if you're like 24, by the time you get to the NFL, and there's going to be if you play 5-6 years, you're already hitting 30. So, I wish him the best, and I don't know what team he's going to get drafted to. If Tampa drafts him, I'll take him. I just want the quarterback room to get a little bit better than just Baker Mayfield and Kyle Trask. So. But I am happy that he played. He didn't get hurt. He broke all the records. Marcus Mariota was holding, and it was just nice to be able to see. I just wish we would have played someone other than Liberty, though. I'll miss him. He ended up playing a hell of a lot better than anyone anticipated. I mean, I remember when, Herbert came in and we played him, at the very beginning, and then he ended up being a Duck later on. So he came full circle for sure. Go Ducks, baby. All right, looks like we're about to get started. Yeah, I mean, I'm so excited about that. Hey, and Dante Moore also. So, we got two guys. So it's like you got Gabriel for, you got 1 year, and then you have a Dante Moore possibly for a couple after that, because we're only going to have Gabriel for one. And then obviously Novosad will either stay or go, kind of like Thompson, and then we'll get another one the following year and another one. So every year there's just going to be another guy that'll come over. So. All right, here we go. Second half, 13-10, Michigan. Happy New Year. Shout out to everyone watching on Twitter/X. And here we go. Michigan with the kickoff to Bama. 13-0 Wolverines, 12-1 Crimson Tide. I mean, besides the almost interception, and then the fumbled, muffed punt, other than that, Michigan, that was the only two kind of fuck ups. And then the pick ended up getting called back because the guy stepped out of bounds. So really, they only had that one mistake, but their defense has been lights out. I mean, we're talking about Goldberg spears left and right. We're talking about Brock Lesnar F5s. I mean, they're all over. And normally it's Bama and Georgia that have the best defenses, not someone else. So it's kind of cool to be able to see a team like Michigan, actually stack up to that number one ranking. Like, oh, they're number one ranked defense, but they won't be able to do it against Bama. My ass, they won't. They've been doing it all first half, and I imagine they'll continue to do it here in the second half as well. The team speed for Michigan is what you can notice. They feel kind of like a miniature NFL team. And like I said, I'm not really the biggest believer in J.J. McCarthy in the NFL, but for what he is in college, I like him on this Michigan Wolverine team. Milroe is very inconsistent, but he can give you bigger splash plays. With McCarthy, he's kind of a game manager where he's just not going to really turn the ball over that much and, just try to run an efficient offense, kind of like a Brock Purdy. First down, Bama. Move the chains. Yeah, you like Jenkins? Who's your favorite player on Bama and Michigan's defense? You got one? Or do you got someone on Bama you like besides, Bond and the Milroe? Like maybe someone on the O-line or the defense? Milroe dancing, romancing. Incomplete. Second down and 10. Man in motion. Shotgun set. Bounce it to the outside. There we go. First down, Bama. Man in motion. Shotgun set for Milrow. Trips left. Little screen. Bond just short of the marker. Nice gain of about 8 yards there. Second down and 2. Shotgun set. Milrow. Hands off. Bounce it to the outside. Nice stiff arm. Go. There we go. First down. Bama. See who ends up winning the coaching battle. Those adjustments are going to be very critical. Man, oh, fumbled snap. Uh-oh. Wow. Bad snaps in this game. Obviously, with the extra point there, as well as, let me see the snap. Wow. He's not even paying attention. And the snap was a little low, too. Oh, another bad snap. Oh, well, then you know what time it is? Time for a sack lunch. Yum, 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 yum. They better figure this out. All the momentum that they just had in those few plays have just died off those 2 bad snaps. The hell is going on here? A terrible snap. What was that? You know, when you snap the ball, it goes like this instead of straight back. You, you have a problem. Fourth down and 22. Oh, nice tackle. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down. No. Thirteen 10, Michigan. Second down and 10, shotgun set for Michigan. McCarthy, little flip. Short gain for about 3 or 4. Third down and long. I don't got any more snacks. Go lay down, Casey. Go lay down. Take it out. Lay down. Go lay down. Take it out. Just bread. Usually it's like toast. I gotta eat something. I was gonna eat a sandwich, but I figured I'd just do like peanut butter and toast. Sometimes I'll eat the white. Sometimes I'll eat the kind of the rye bread. Healthy. McCarthy. I thought I was gonna be able to make it until the game was gonna be over, but when you get that hunger, you gotta eat. So plus, I just had a lot of shit that I had to do this morning. You know what I mean? With like the Ducks game and then the Kraken and making the 2 thumbnails and then taking my dog for 2 walks for an hour and a half. So it's been kind of a jam packed day for New Year's. Lay down, honey. Go take a nap. Lay down. Go take a nap. Lay down. John in the building. What's good? Happy New Year. Oh, we got Bama with a pick. Or did he catch it? No, he caught it. I was like, Bama didn't pick it. At least he was trying to throw it out of bounds. I don't got any more food for you, honey. You got to lay down. There we go. Nice catch. Paisley realized I didn't have any more peanut butter for her, so maybe she'll lay down now. She always wants snacks. Just like Dad. All right, big catch right there by Michigan with that review. Trips left. First down and 10, man in motion. Shotgun set, McCarthy. Corum. Gain of about 2. Yeah, I think every dog does. I think it's universal because a lot of times, when you have to give medicine to a dog. What's the first thing you put the medicine in? For a dog, peanut butter. So second down and 7. She's like her dad, loves the peanut butter. Oh, look at this trick play. Good defense by Bama. Third down. Orgy. Absolutely, I did. 3-0 against the Vegas Golden Knights, man. I watched the Ducks beat Liberty, and then I watched the Winter Classic, of course. I actually was thinking about doing the stream for it, but then if I did the stream for that, then I wouldn't have been able to do this one. So, but I wouldn't have minded either one. But I figured with the college football playoff being so good and not knowing who was going to win between Michigan and Bama, that this would be worth doing, and the other game, Texas and Washington. But I mean, if I had my choice, I would have done these two games, and then tomorrow, if the Ducks played Liberty and then the Winter Classic was tomorrow, then I could have did 2 streams each day. That's what I wanted to do, but they had 4 events all on January 1st, so you kind of have to pick and choose. But Joey DeCourt is the man. Second shutout. I think we found our new goalie. Grubauer is going to have to hit the bench, and Joey took his spot. So, I mean, I don't really care who we have in net as long as they're productive and we're winning. But it was awesome. I assumed that we would lose 3-0 or 3-1. I didn't think we would shut them out, let alone score 3 goals. So, yeah, for honestly, 2 in a day is a lot. Based on the amount of talking, and because I usually there's not 2 people in the stream, it's me, so I have to talk as much as 2 people do on every stream. So when you do 3-4 hours straight, you're usually pretty tired, and then I got another one that I'm doing right after this, really with no break or like a 10-minute break while I'm setting up all the keywords for the next stream. So yeah, but there has been times back in the day where I did 3 streams in a day. Started at 10 a.m., did a morning NFL game, did an afternoon NFL game, and then did Sunday night. But I mean, it's only going to be worth it if I end up getting supported. If I'm not getting donos and I'm not getting supported, there's no point of pushing myself to do that for 12 hours straight in the chair if I'm not getting if I'm not getting the proper love in return. So usually 1 or 2 a day is good. Or especially if you have time in between. I usually don't like doing a stream and having no time to rest and then doing another like today, but you know the game is going to come on right after this next one. So what can you do? But I got Paisley a couple walks today already in. I've already walked for a couple hours today and got to watch the Ducks win, got the Kraken win. So today's been a good day. Happy New Year's, man. Did you get a chance to watch the Winter Classic or no? It was such a cool event, man. Like, it's like they do it once a year, and hopefully the Kraken will be able to, host again, or at least be a team that's on the road playing somewhere else. But I hope Seattle is chosen again in the near future, in the next like 5 years. Hopefully they get selected, and if they do it in Seattle again, great. If Seattle ends up being the road team in the Winter Classic in a couple years, cool. I'll watch it. And you know, have they always done the Winter Classic on January 1st? Is that like that's the day that they do it? So just kind of sucks because you got the college football playoff, and you got those bowl games on the exact same day. So 13-10 Michigan. I'm gonna go check up on my pup here real quick. I'll be right back. Hand off to McClellan for a short game. Unless it falls on a Sunday. Oh, okay. Gotcha. $10. Let's get to a hundo. 90 to go. Less than 6 minutes to go on the third. Not a whole lot of running lanes. Like I said, the big play ability is going to be very far and few between in this matchup. The defenses are so elite that you're not really going to have too many. Like, in Washington and Texas, we're probably going to have 4 or 5 big throws from Penix Jr. and Ewers. But in this game, you're probably only going to have one each, from each quarterback, Milroe and McCarthy. And then with runs, you're probably only going to have a couple big runs each. And we already got one of them, obviously, for Michigan. Should get quite a few big plays with runs and throws. I would assume 4 or 5 big throws, 4 or 5 big runs in the next game. But again, defenses are much better in this matchup. We got 2 of the top 3 defenses overall besides Georgia playing right now. Yes. But we'll see if me and Sarah's prediction comes true of Michigan and Washington. But I feel that I think it will. I feel I still have mad love and mad respect for Bama and Texas, but I just think there's a slight edge for Michigan and Washington. Still kind of weird that we don't have a Pac-12 and a Big Ten team going at it, because that was the Rose Bowl history. That was the thing that I always wanted to try to get Oregon into. When I was a kid, just trying to get into the Rose Bowl, because you knew you weren't good enough to win the national championship. But the Rose Bowl was essentially like the third place game, the second biggest game other than the Natty. So a little weird to see SEC and Michigan, but the Rose Bowl doesn't have that same kind of significance where it's strictly Big Ten and Pac-12. Now they just rotate the bowl games each year for whatever that semifinal playoff game is. So the history is gone. It's no longer that anymore, which is a damn shame. All right, baby. First down and 10, 13-10 Michigan. 4:41 left. Shotgun set. McCarthy Passes high, incomplete. It's like, why aren't they using Blake Corum more? I'm confused. You're ahead, right? Run the ball, bleed the clock. You're still going to have to throw, but... All right, shotgun set, man in motion. Handoff. Short gain of about 2. Not a whole lot of lanes, for running the football with these two teams. 3rd down. Third down and 8. $11 personnel. You got the 2 tutties. Go back to that. Trips left. Man in motion. Shotgun set from McCarthy. McCarthy is not accurate. 4th and 8. Yeah, I usually use the music for, during the commercial breaks and whatnot. So I got a little bit of, there's rock and these other, music that you can use for the background and whatnot. But, or sometimes if I feel like, I'm just having something in the background. Most of the time I won't have anything there besides maybe commercial breaks. But, sometimes you have a little, background music always helps. Kind of keeps the mood going, the flow going. 4th down and 8. Michigan with the punt. Said it sounds good when you're buzzed. I'm not buzzed though, so maybe you are. The game so far. And then here in about an hour and a half, and we're going to be here. And I finally found a Husky spinning logo. About damn time. And I even got this one for Texas too. Alrighty. The Lions. I mean, with the 2 guys, reporting and whatnot. I mean, and then obviously with, Dan Campbell saying that he explained everything prior. So you don't really know, with the referees, if they screwed him over on purpose or not, or if they just honestly got confused. But what I do know is when you go for it for a 2-point conversion to win the game, you get it. And then you find out that the play didn't count and you get your heart ripped out. You don't continue to go for 2, when you're emotional. You're not going to be able to successfully complete the 2-point conversion. So for them to go for it, 2 more times after that was stupid. If it was me, I would have just kicked the extra point. Yeah, I know that Detroit defense sucks, right? But if you can just hold Aubrey from not having to kick a 60-yarder, it was like 23 seconds left. I would have just took my chances with the defense and then if the Cowboys would have been able to get into field goal range in 20 seconds and they kicked it and they beat you, so be it. But I wouldn't have just went for two. I thought that was probably the dumbest play calling I might have seen in my entire life. But, they'll learn from that. You're not going to be able to do that in the playoffs. And imagine if that was a playoff game, then there would be a lot more uproar. So, it is what it is, but again, I've been watching football since like 85, and I don't think I've ever seen something so stupid. And I have Chip Kelly and Dan Lanning, who are super aggressive in play calling. But that was ridiculous. But maybe that's the only way that Dan Lanning thought that they could win. CD is great. Yeah, Aubrey's the number one kicker, so. Because, I mean, with 23 seconds, realistically, they probably would have been able to get in the field goal range. You know what I mean? But I just wish that Detroit just didn't give up right there and just be like, we're going for two. And then that's the only thing. Like, you have to be able to adjust, There's Milrow. There we go, Milrow. Ooh, big hit. 9-yard gain for Milrow. Yeah, but let me know, if you guys want me to have the music on or off. I usually just switch it back and forth between two background songs and whatnot. But, I'll cater to you guys. Like I said, because obviously I'm watching the game, but you guys can't hear the audio of the game through the speakers, through what you guys are hearing. And that's sometimes another reason why I'll put on the background music, so you have that with my voice, that you guys can't hear Herb Street and then the crowd and everything else with the game itself. So I like it too. So I usually just try to throw it out there, But I don't know. A lot of times I think with streams that have like background music, it's kind of nice. It's a nice little flow, drinking, smoking, sober, whatever, Shotgun set. Man in motion. First down and 10. Milrow. Snap is low. Pressure coming. Avoids the sack lunch. Wow. First down. Bama. Move the chains. Jalen Milrow. Looking like Michael Vick on that play. That was nice. Shaking and baking. Shotgun set. Milrow. Hands off up the middle. Not much there. Gain of a couple. Less than 2 minutes to go in the third quarter to find out who goes to the Natty. My money says Michigan, but Alabama's starting to get a little bit of Uncle Mo and that momentum. We'll see if they can end up finding a way to either tie the game or take the lead. But points are far and few between. And it definitely felt like a 2017 kind of game or a 23-20 kind of game, and it looks like we're pacing for that. Hope you are too, my brother. Matt in the building. What's good? Go Ducks. Go Kraken. And we'll see if we got Wolverines and the Huskies that play each other. There we go. First down. Bama. Move the chains. He's hulking up. Yeah, is that what Bama's doing? They're hulking up. Not a lot of support on the dono side, but we did break over 2,000. So that's good. We ought to be able to take wins any way we can. We're at 2,093 so far with the views, so that's good. All right, man in motion. Milrow with the keeper. Block for him. 84. Don't turn around and stare at him. Golly. I mean, if you see your quarterback going, he ain't going to throw you the ball at that point. He needs you to block for him, not turn around and look at him like you're in love with him. Golly. 3 more likes at 20. Smash that like button for your boy. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. Anything that anybody can do will be greatly appreciated. We got to get those likes. We got a minimum with the amount of people that we've had in the stream. We should minimum be at 20. Probably closer to 30 or 40 unless people are being haters. Flag on the play. It is sweet to win the day, man. Bo Nix playing made that game actually watchable, which is something that you can't say for any other game besides this one and the next one. College football is in a bad place. You can say NIL deals, but that's good for people getting paid. But the problem is the people transferring. They shouldn't allow the players to transfer out, wait to play the bowl game and then transfer. You know what I mean? You're ruining it, for everybody by not having a good product in the bowl games. All right, end of the third quarter, 13-10 Michigan. I predicted the Wolverines and the Huskies and the Natty. Let's see how correct I am. Let me know what photos that you guys want to be able to see here in between the commercial break. If there's any Michigan or Bama players that you want me to throw up, comment below. And I'll throw up a little ducks here for you, Matt, since you weren't in here earlier when I threw them up. I just wish we would have played someone better, even if that would have meant that we potentially would have lost against Missouri, Missouri. But that would have been a hell of a lot better matchup. You saw what they ended up doing Ohio State. Like, if we could have ended up having a matchup like that, or if we would have fucking beat Washington, and then that could have been us in a position to go to the Natty. But, it is coulda, woulda, shoulda. Washington was the better team, and I will be rooting for them, to go all the way. I don't think any other Oregon fan on planet Earth would say that, but I'm not a hater, so. Bo Nix, Bo knows, baby. Love the uniform combos too. Swag. Well, of course, bro. I'm not like every other fucking tool on YouTube or Twitch. I follow all 32 teams, as if they were my own. So anyone that actually knows me or knows this channel, like I do a hell of a lot more reading and film study than anybody else. I mean, there's a reason why people on ESPN, Fox Sports, Good Morning Football, they steal my material. You know what I mean? Because like I said, they're lazy. They're not creative. So if it comes up to nicknames that are custom or catchphrases, things to, kind of spice up the game, a lot of these people, they're just not smart enough or bright enough to come up with shit on their own. So they just end up watching other people on YouTube and stealing their material and acting like it's there, like Peter Schrager, RG3, Madden, EA Sports. Sack Lunch, I created that. They put that in the Madden video game. I never got paid. Schrager stealing my Sack Lunch and acting like he made that shit up. It's like, the true OGs know where that stuff came from, but again, a lot of times, a lot of people are lazy and they like to cut corners. Especially, people on YouTube and Twitch. So the only way that you're going to be able to understand the game is if you actually put in the time and you're not watching like 30-second Instagram highlight reels, a condensed highlights reel on Twitter. You actually have to fucking watch the games and you have to read. And if you're not willing to read or watch the games, then you're just going to be going somewhere else to someone that does and stealing their material, which that's why they do it for me, because they know that no one else works harder. So that's big facts. Move the chains. And I imagine that'll be something that Madden steals, or one of these other people, like Kyle Brandt and all these guys, when they do their little highlight package, to the highlights on their show. All you got to do is listen, and you'll see if there's any catchphrases or nicknames that they're stealing from other famous YouTubers. And I don't even consider myself famous yet. So. Second down and 15. We're in the fourth quarter, baby. But I take a lot of pride in a lot of the reading and the film study, that way I'm not biased. What a run there by Milroe. First down, Bama. Move the chains. But I would love to be able to get compensated for my sack lunch, the words in the video game as well as the audio, But of course, when you get these other guys, touchdown, Bama, they're not going to admit, they're like, oh, I was too lazy to come up with cool nicknames and original content when I end up doing, NFL content that I actually went to YouTube and I went to Northwest Sports Fanatics and just listened to his show, stole all his shit. Like no fucking host is going to admit that, And Schrager is supposed to be like the smart one, but, he's fugazi and fake, Tries to come off as he's like the super intelligent one and, the smart guy, but he's fucking fugazi fraud. I'll never steal anybody else's content. You got to be, bright enough and smart enough to come up with your own stuff. Plus, it sounds lame when you start stealing other people's shit. Kick is up, and it's good. 17-13, Bama. Roll Tide. Nah, you can't. I mean, anytime anyone has an expression, even if you copyright it, I mean, think about how many millions of channels that are out there. It's not like you're going to be able to keep up Oh, that person said sack lunch. Oh, that person did. Oh, that person stole that. You know what I mean? Like, people, there's so many people that have podcasts and channels now. As they feel that, like, just because they see other people have success with it, they think that anybody can do it, and that's false. Not anybody just can do it. There's a reason why there's certain people where they're at. But it seems like everyone thinks that they can do it. They don't understand how much hard work and time and effort has to be put in. So. Yes. David in the building, what's good? Dusk in the building, what's good? Kraken, baby. 3-0 on the Vegas Golden Knights. I never would have predicted that. Ducks won. Kraken won the Winter Classic. We beat the shit out of Liberty. Go Ducks, go Kraken. And then we got an amazing game here in the fourth quarter with Bama taking the lead 17-13 over Michigan. And then I'm going to be doing the next game. And then, again, no breaks or rest. And so, obviously, we started off here with this particular matchup. It took me about an hour and a half to make this one. And then we'll be, in just about an hour from now, we'll be going to this one. Let's go, baby. Quinn Ewers, Michael Penix Jr. This game will be more exciting than the one we're watching now. A lot more scoring. Better quarterbacks, too. Derpy, Dusk, David, Matt, what's good? First down and 10, man in motion. Shotgun set, handoff. Corum, short gain. I don't know what 50 was doing there after the play was over. He jumped on him. Nice mouthpiece with the teeth on it. I like that. Happy holidays. Happy New Year. Hope everyone had a great 2023 transition into 2024. I can't wait to move on. 2023 for me wasn't very good, but I definitely worked my ass off. I worked very, very hard, and, I'm blessed to be where I'm at right now, and I hope you guys end up having a great 2024 as well. McCarthy gets blasted and complete. And I hope 2024 ends up being a hell of a lot better than 2023. I hear you, Dust. I decided, I just thought, who I thought was going to win. I predicted Michigan and Washington, and that was weeks ago. So, and not like I don't respect Alabama. I do. They beat Georgia. I get it. Georgia should be in the playoff over Texas. Let's be honest. But I like the fact that we have SEC, Big 10, Big 12, and Pac-12 represented for the very first time. I think that's cool. Someone other than an SEC team. But. And I got mad love and respect for Bama and for, Georgia as SEC. But let's be honest, unless you are a Georgia or Alabama fan, you don't give a fuck about them. It's annoying every year. Alabama champion, Alabama champion, Alabama champion. And then all of a sudden we're like, can we get someone else? And it's Georgia. And then now we're, at a crossroads where maybe we're going to finally get someone other than an SEC team. And I think that's great for college football. But the only problem is now, the SEC has some competition with USC, UCLA, Oregon, and Washington joining the Big Ten, right? So the Big Ten and the SEC are the two super conferences. But now with NIL deals and players opting out and players transferring before the bowl games suck now. They're not good. The Oregon's was good because their players played. But other than Oregon and then this game and the next game, you can't tell me that a lot of the bowl games have been good this year. A lot of shitty matchups, just like in the regular season. And then anytime they had something hyped up, ooh, Florida State, Georgia. Did anyone really think Florida State was going to beat Georgia? Fuck no. I knew they were going to get, and even if they didn't have injuries, and even if they didn't have all the transfers and all the people that left and opted out, Georgia was still going to mollywop their ass. There is no ACC team. Hell, you could have even had Jameis Winston's ACC championship team with Florida State. They weren't going to beat Georgia, and that team was actually, one of the teams won a natty. So, unless you actually have enough depth and talent, but, the SEC with Georgia and Bama just has too many NFL players. They might not go all NFL right away, but if you look on Georgia and Alabama, in a 4-year period, they're probably going to have like 50 players go to the NFL, maybe 10 to 15 a year or 10 to 12 a year. Offensive line, wide receiver, defense, kicker, they're going to have a little bit of everything. And then you got to think about the guys that are young, that are like freshmen, they could start somewhere else, but they're on Bama, so they have to wait their turn. And then maybe a couple years of sitting on the bench or someone gets hurt, then they get in. So it's going to get to a point, if you're a five-star athlete, you want to wait behind the bench, second, third string, as an All-American on Georgia or Bama, or do you want to say, fuck that, I'm going to go to Oregon and I'm going to start right away? And a lot of guys are now saying, hey, before, I'm going to sit and I'm going to wait my turn because I want to be in the NFL. And if I stay on Georgia and Bama, it gives me the best chance. But now these students are realizing that they can go somewhere else, play right away, and you can still make it. And you're actually getting what you want, playing time, right? Because that's every kid wants playing time. Even some of y'all in the room, you guys played sports at a young age. Everyone just wants to play. No one wants to sit on the bench, even if you're on a championship caliber team. Good facts. You're in Kentucky. Good old Jared Lorenzen. Well, the main reason they got whooped is because they didn't have their quarterback playing. If they had their quarterback playing, do you think they really would have put up a 3? You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't have. They probably would have won. Or if they would have lost, it would have been a shootout at the, and that's what we wanted. But again, when these people opt out, sit out, transfer, it's terrible. And like I said, I love college football probably more than anyone else in the room or anyone on planet Earth besides maybe Sarah and Matt. I love it. And I try to watch as much as I can. And that's why I feel my ESP and my knowledge is so strong, is because I do follow high school and college ball like a lot, on top of the NFL. Anyone that just watches just college or just NFL, you're not going to be as knowledgeable. So, Sarkisian, the BOA. Right. But think about this, right? Out of all the years where you had like the underdogs make it like a Cincinnati with like Sauce Gardner and Desmond Ritter, you knew they weren't going to win. But this year, this is even. Alabama, Michigan, who the fuck knows, right? Washington, Texas, it's the most even matchups in the college football playoff ever. Think about it. Go back to every year that we've had the BCS or the college football playoff. Have you ever thought, for a second, like there might be one team that you slightly like a little bit more, but answer me this. Have you ever gotten to a point with these 4 teams that are left that you didn't really know who was going to win? And that's where we're at. You know what I mean? Michigan, Bama is even, 50-50, right? Washington, Texas, 50-50. Like, it literally could be any combination, of those guys. It could be Bama, Texas, Michigan, Washington, Bama, Washington. You don't really know. Michigan, Texas, I don't think anyone would get upset based off whoever the teams that are end up in the Natty. And that's what we want, right? Milrow, shaking and baking. Bubble! Grab it! There we go! Whoa! There we go. Sarah with the ESP. They need a turnover. Bang! Then they get it. That's what they needed, too. That's what they needed, baby. Get those likes up. Likes, subs, donos, shares. Shout out to everyone on Twitter X watching as well. Wow, big turnover. Now you need a score here. And don't get greedy. If you get close, right, take the field goal. If you don't get in the end zone and then all of a sudden they stop you, take the 3. Go to 17-16. You're going to get the ball again. They still got a little ways to go. But if you get in range, take the 3. Don't be an idiot and go for it. Shotgun set. McCarthy. There we go. Yes, sir. Not JT in the building. What's good? Kool-Aid McKinstry. Momentum has shifted based off that turnover. Trips left, screen pass. Good tackle there. And both defenses are so fast. Sideline to sideline, specifically Michigan. Alabama and Georgia, we already know that they're always going to be 2 of the top 3. But Michigan has the number 1 ranked defense, and it shows. If you saw a lot of those, Goldberg spears, Rhino spears, and those Brock Lesnar F5s that they had in the first half. I mean, they're flying around. Plus, I believe that they said they had 5 sack lunches, yum, 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 with 5 different players. When's the last time you saw that? Normally, it's like Aiden Hutchinson on Michigan defense with like 3. Oh, flea flicker. Oh, he fumbled it. Oh. I mean, we got good ESP on this channel. What's good now, JT? Happy New Year. Texas is favored by 3.5 on the Vegas line, but I got Michigan and Washington winning both games. But we'll see. But if I end up being wrong on both, I mean, this is the most even college football playoff we've ever seen. So that's like the one thing that the committee got right, even though I would have liked to see Georgia in it. I thought they got screwed. To go from 1 to 5 is bullshit. I mean, imagine if that was your favorite team. You win back-to-back natties. You finally overthrown or dethroned Alabama. You win back-to-back. You lose one game all year in the SEC championship, barely to Bama, and then all of a sudden you drop 4 spots. Bullshit. But again, they didn't want 2 SEC teams in there, and I appreciate that. There's a field goal that I was telling you about. Oh, and he missed it. Wow. Unbelievable. How do you miss that? Wow. You had to take that field goal there, though. Bad luck. Let's look at the snap. Look at the hold. Shanked it. Jesus Christ, that was terrible. Oh, Michigan better pray that they come back from that. I mean, there's not going to be that many turnovers that are going to happen, let alone you don't want to be that guy that you got the huge turnover, that huge momentum shift, and then you fucking shank a kick. What are you, the Buffalo Bills? Jesus Christ. I guess so. I need 2 more likes. Smash that like button for your boy. $90 to go to hit the goal. Biggest surprise. Biggest surprise this year, the Kansas City Chiefs being ass, but obviously Nagy is not, going to be the same thing, as Eric Bieniemy. I didn't anticipate Kadarius Toney and every wide receiver to drop. I didn't anticipate Patrick Mahomes being a bum. I wouldn't have drafted him in the 3rd round in fantasy. I still made the championship, even though I haven't been able to use Keenan Allen, Patrick Mahomes, or Mark Andrews. I don't know how many people would be able to, stay in championship form with those 3 guys out of their lineup. But I would say probably the Chiefs is probably the biggest surprise. I mean, there's been a lot of the Lions being good didn't surprise me. Let me look at all the NFL logos, and I'll see if there's any other. Let me go to the NFL here on ESPN and see if there's any other. Because I can look at the logos or just look at who's playing. The Browns have played very well. That's been a nice surprise. Joe Flacco, no Nick Chubb, no Deshaun Watson, probably getting a massage somewhere. So the Browns doing good. That was a surprise. Cowboys are always good in the regular season. I knew the Lions were going to be good. Ravens, taking advantage of all the other injuries and shitty play in the AFC. Lamar has already locked up MVP, and they look like the team to beat in the Super Bowl if they get there. It should be Ravens, Niners, but it could be another combination of those teams. The only team that the Ravens could lose to, I believe, would be the Browns, because they match up really well with that defense as well as Joe Flacco. But if they don't face the Browns, the Ravens probably have a nice clean slate to get all the way to the Super Bowl and possibly win against the Niners. I feel those are still the 2 best teams. I'm still looking here. The Falcons not using Bijan and Kyle Pitts. That's very puzzling to me. It's like you've got top 5 picks, but you don't even know how to use them. Scored the Rams, Sean McVay, Puka, getting that team to be relevant. That was a surprise. Eagles defense shitting the bed and being terrible. That was a surprise. And that's probably about it. I would say those are the main surprises or main things. Eagles defense being as shitty as they were, Kansas City not being Kansas City, and and obviously now the Browns emerging as probably the kryptonite to the Ravens, maybe the only team that could possibly hang with them. One more like to 20. Have you got any others that I missed? Comment below. First down and 10, 17-13. Now Bama's got the lead, so now what Bama will try to do is just run the ball, and they're going to bleed the clock, which Michigan should have already done earlier. So now Michigan's going to need a defensive stop or two if they want to come back in this game, but momentum has shifted again. And if Alabama gets another score, it's over. So if they go up 24-13, the game's over. They're not going to be able to come back from that. So Michigan needs to get Bama off the field. Michigan needs to get off the field. Because if they don't, in this drive or the next drive, the game is over. This game is a battle of inches, a battle in the trenches. There's not a lot of big plays, a lot of running in mud because the defenses are so elite. Wow. Uh-oh. Bama looking like they want it. First down, Bama. I think you don't have to be smart or a rocket scientist to think it would be Ravens Niners, because it's already kind of looked like that for the last month. Whether you watch a lot of football or you're a bandwagon fan or you don't watch any, if you've seen enough of the Ravens and Niners, those are clearly the two best teams in the NFL. They have the best depth, offense, defense, coaching, play calling, because that's really what it comes down to. O-line, D-line, defense, coaching, play calling. And, Brock Purdy had the 4 picks against Lamar and the Ravens, but, how often is Purdy going to have 4 picks? Let's be honest. That might be one of the only times in his career that happened. So, unless they play each other in the Super Bowl, and maybe it happens again. Who knows? Because you got to think, there's only really 5 teams that I like kind of right now. I like the Ravens and the Browns. Right? I believe in those 2 teams. And then you got the Niners, and then the Cowboys and the Lions. The Cowboys are kind of iffy when they go to the playoffs and they're unproven. Detroit doesn't have a defense. So, but I think the teams that I would be scared to play would be the Rams and the Browns, because those 2 teams are hot right now. And it doesn't matter what your record is. If you play those 2 teams, you could lose. And that's a credit to Schwartz, defensive coordinator for, the Browns. He's been fantastic. Jim has been great. You should give that guy the Coach of the Year award, regardless if he's a coordinator. He's been amazing. And then obviously Sean McVay, pretty much showing you that he can have young pieces that in most cases are nothing, and he can turn something, nothing into something. Yeah. Well, yeah, Ravens are the best team in the NFL. We thought Niners and Ravens were the top 2 until they played each other, until the Ravens curb stomped them. First down, Bama. Uh-oh. They better hold them to a field goal. If you don't hold to a field goal here, Michigan, this game's over. You have to hold to a field goal, baby. And it's really impressive what the Ravens are doing even without Mark Andrews. How many teams could lose a top 2 tight end in the league and still continue to be dominant? And the answer is the Ravens, because they have one of the best defenses in the league. Getting Roquan Smith was one of the biggest pickups in a long, long time. Flag on the play, holding on Bama. The Ducks won today. The Kraken won today. So it's been a fantastic day. And then we got 2 games that we're going to be doing here, this one and the next one. So looks like I won't have that much time to rest by the time this game finishes, but hopefully like 15, because I have to prep for the next stream. And then I already made the thumbnail, so we should be good to go. Shotgun set, Milrow, play action fake, screen pass. Nice tackle, sit down. But I wish I was able to do the Winter Classic. You know, the Duck game was on at 10 a.m., so there was no chance of me doing that stream because it takes me an hour to make a thumb, hour and a half. So there was 4 awesome things that were on today. I actually kind of wish I was able to do the Kraken matchup because I, got to watch a chunk of that, and it was just a cool environment and whatnot. But sometimes you just have too many awesome things in one day. I don't think we've ever had 4 awesome things for me to do in one day before. So you got to pick and choose. But I think Lamar has already locked in the MVP. You know, once he beat the Niners, I think it was already a wrap. And then what he did last week, that definitely, it double stamped it. You know, like he's getting the MVP. So. And I think if Lamar ends up winning the Super Bowl, it would be awesome. I mean, someone other, than the Chiefs, and it's, that next team up, to be able to show that, hey, and they finally were able to find a year where the Bills and the Chiefs weren't really that good. Oh, it's 12 noon. You know what time it is? Time for a sack lunch. Yum, 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 yum. Well, I'll tell you what, though, the Ravens better pray they don't play Cleveland in the playoffs or in the AFC Championship game because that's the one team that could beat them. Flacco's playing great. Offensive line is pretty good for Cleveland, and their defense is playing just as good as Ravens. So, I mean, I probably would still end up taking Baltimore slightly, but again, Cleveland has enough power, on both sides of the ball. And obviously with their defensive coordinator with Schwartz, he knows how to play Lamar. So, Reichard going for the field goal. It's up and it's good. Michigan still is breathing with a chance. Wow, look at that hook. Wow, that was like some Tiger Woods hooking there. How many more likes to get to 20? I should have already been there by now. More to get to 20. I know there's people watching on Twitter/X and people in the room that haven't liked the stream yet. Help your boy out. I mean, like I said, if you can't do donations and you don't want to comment, the least you could do is at least fucking like the stream. That way it helps our algorithm out. So, but we ended up getting a flood of views of getting recommended by YouTube, which they normally don't do for me. So that was kind of nice. But again, a lot of people that you get that do that, they're just looking to actually watch the game itself. Because they're stupid, but over 2,200 people on the stream, so I would say that's pretty good. But again, I ended up doing the SEC championship game, and I got no support, and I had 1,500 people. We're at 2,267 at this moment, so getting closer to that 2,300. All right, no worries. Nice. That stuff is expensive. People can sell that for money real quick. I don't watch the flipping houses shows, but I know enough about flipping, and I know about collecting and whatnot, and people being in houses or warehouses, and I know what value is. How much of it did you get? Nice, bro. Hell yeah. And obviously some of it is probably not in good enough shape to possibly sell, or whatnot, but 900, bro. Good job. It pays to be smart, dude. Some people are like, copper, why would you take that? You're an idiot, until they find out you got money for it. So, smart, bro. Must have gotten quite a bit to get that much money. Okay. No worries. Or if you decide to flip over, from being in there, you can always flip over and hang out with us for a little bit too. 2013 Bama. Does this one feel like we have an overtime? Could be. Michigan has definitely been sloppier than expected. and that's why Alabama is ahead. So, like McCarthy threw a pick on the first play, but the defender stepped out of bounds, so they got lucky, and that came back. And then they got Michigan to punt after, or Alabama to punt after good defense, and then they fumbled it. So they've been kind of fumbling the bag periodically throughout this whole game, and they haven't looked like a clean Michigan team that we're used to. But, you're going against a very, very tough team in Alabama with a great reputation with Nick Saban. So we'll see if Michigan has enough oomph here to get them to overtime or to win the game. Nice. You're in store for a couple G's. You got more money in the copper than I can get in donos. Good for you, bro. Easy. A streaming service. That's why you use a streaming site. You know how much that costs? $0. Or you can be like some people on YouTube that just periodically click on every fucking link, hoping that they can find someone that's illegally streaming the actual footage to a game until it gets shut down. But I never understood that. Apparently, some people don't know about streaming stuff. A lot of them are like in Europe and, not in the United States. And that's why they don't have them in the United States, because then they would get taken down right away. So, of course, obviously, if you have cable or satellite, or a service, that's the way to go, because then you're not going to have any buffering or usually any interruptions or having it get shut down and having to click on another link. But, for some of us, we don't have a lot of extra money, to be subscribing to this, subscribing to that after we're already doing cable and internet. And then on top of that, maybe doing Netflix and Hulu and Prime and all this other bullshit that we have to do. So. Oh, he was an electrician. Oh, so he already went through thousands of dollars worth of it already. So he pretty much just gave you the scraps. There's still money there. Nice. That's a nice little come up for you and your kids. That'll help you get some good meals, some steaks, asparagus, mashed potatoes, and gravy. You want to go to your local burger spot. If you don't want to go anywhere, boom. Meal paid for just by the copper. Or you can be like me, give your all, every single day. And some days you get appreciated and some days you don't. So at least I get to do my dream. So that's what it's about. 2024 is going to be a good year, much better than 2023. 2013 Bama. $24 more subs to 20,200. Nice run by Corum. Can't have any errors now. Michigan has played sloppy, but they're still in it. But when you go against Georgia or Bama, you have to play clean. It's like the Eagles against Tom Brady. You have to play a clean game if you want to beat the best. If the Eagles didn't play a clean game with Nick Foles, you think they would have beat Tom Brady? Fuck no. And it took a fucking Philly to do it, too, on top of playing a clean game and then that Barnett sack at the end. So I would say at this point, Michigan really doesn't deserve to win, but maybe they can get a touchdown and get it into overtime, and we'll see what happens. But Alabama has played like more of the disciplined team, which you think they would because they have Nick Saban. So we got 2,000 plus people can't even get fucking 20 likes. Haters. People can't support other people. They're like, hit the like button. What's that? Share a post. What's that? Hate. Third down and 2. Man in motion. Shotgun set. Bootleg. McCarthy. Almost picked off. It's 3rd down and 2. Don't be an idiot and just hand the ball off to Corum. Reflect in the building. What's good? So boom, shakalaka. We got this, and then coming up here in just a few minutes, we got this. And look what I found for you, bro. Oh yeah, spinning Husky logo. I found it finally, and I even got the Texas one. The only one I couldn't find was Bama. So we're ready. Go Huskies. 4th down and 2. Shotgun set. McCarthy in the flat. There we go. Go, go, go. Go. Just like on the touchdown play. Go. Go. What happened there? Is that play coming back? You fucking idiot. That play action bootleg to the right-hand side or left-hand side to Corum, that's the money play. They did that for the touchdown, and they got to keep doing that play. But eventually, you would think Alabama is going to sniff that out. You know, nobody follows the running back. He goes in the flat, and there's no one there for 20 yards. That looks like that's coming back, idiots. On 4th and 2, what the fuck are you doing? $3 holla. Well, there goes Michigan's chances of winning this game. Bang, 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 boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang, $3 holla. Appreciate you, bro. Only people that support O-Dog are Seahawks fans, apparently. Everyone else just likes to watch or just shit on me. Appreciate you, man. That's so unnecessary. What is number 1 doing right here? Idiot! That guy deserves to be cut from the team. Dumb. That might have cost them the natty. Right there. That block in the back. Idiot. Look how far back they got to go now. McCarthy! There we go! So, okay, so if it ended up being a block in the back, why was it 1st and 10? Shouldn't it be 4th and 12 if it was 4th and 2 with a 10-yard penalty? I'm confused. 13 dull hairs, 87 to go. And even though Texas is 3.5 favorites, I got the Huskies, baby. I might be a Duck fan, but I'm not a hater. And I love me some Michael Penix Jr. Even more than Bo Nix. And I'm a Duck fan. That's crazy, huh? Shotgun set. Play action fake. McCarthy. Yes, baby. Me and Sarah both predicted Michigan and Washington, so we'll see if we're right or not. But it's not over yet. I mean, Alabama's going to have the football, and it could easily be 23. And that's what I predicted earlier too, that we were going to have like a 23-20 game, and we're actually on pace for that. ESP is strong with us today. First and goal. So at this point now, you know, if you score too quickly, then Alabama will get the field goal, you would think, right? Oh, even with the tip off the finger, and it still had a good spiral on it. Lucky. Wow. Nice fingertip catch right there by 1 after the block in the back. But I'm still confused. If it was 4th down and 2, was there another penalty? Because shouldn't it be 4th and 12? Why did they have the first down? They didn't explain. But it definitely felt like a 23-20, 2017 kind of game, and that's exactly what we're getting. And then I hope with the other matchup, we get 38-35, Huskies. You know, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, big play after big play, and then, you know, whoever has the ball last, and then the Washington kicker, whoop, whoop, and then they go to the natty. That's what I'm, you know, trying to hope for. Well, at this point, you're just trying to bleed the clock, but then also, too, you have to make sure you execute on 3rd and 4th down. Hand the ball off, bleed the clock, depending on if they call timeout, hand the ball off, bleed the clock, but then also you don't want to get too cute with it, where you're just handing it off, and then you're screwed, and then you don't get that last play in, and then you lose 20-13, so. Yeah, not JT. He's beating me by 40 in the first round. He had a lot of green, and I had a lot of red, and I left a lot of my bench, because I have a lot of good players. But I have, an opportunity to have 8 out of 9 or 9 out of 9 green or 8 out of 9 green and 1 neutral. So I'll catch up in week number 2, but I just don't know how much points I'll be able to get and also how many he'll get. So if he's sitting at 150 and I'm at 110, and then we flip-flop, and I get 150 and he gets 110, then it'll come down to just a couple points. But then if I explode for 160, 170, and he gets 115, 120, then obviously I'm going to come back and win. So, or it'll be, maybe me winning by 10 or 20, or him winning by 10 or 20, but we'll see how it goes. Second down and goal. McCarthy, there we go. Touchdown, Michigan. The bootleg plays are working for Michigan. They should have ran that shit earlier. It's like every big first down and every big touchdown has been off a bootleg play action, rolling to the left or the right. There we go. 4-yard TD by Roman. Let me know what you want to do for a photo. I can get you some Huskies once we go to commercial here. Extra point is up, and it's good. And remember, the missed extra point for Michigan earlier. They could have won this game 21-20, but they had that extra point that was missed. We knew that would come back to haunt them, and it did. Now they're knotted up at 20, and now you got to pray that Michigan defense plays great. It'd be really sweet right here if Michigan got a pick 6 and then they won it that way. Kind of like when Georgia ended up doing that to Bama. Not that I'm trying to foreshadow that, but what a great game, which we knew it would be. And we'll be here momentarily. Long day for me, to be able to do 2. I can't give as much attention to Paisley, but I think she understands. Let's go, baby. This is going to be sweet. But again, this is the most even college football playoff of all time. There's no one on planet Earth that could say, oh, this one was better than this one. These are the most even matchups that we've ever seen in the college football playoff or the BCS ever. Think about it. Alabama, Michigan, who knows, right? Washington, Texas, who knows? You got the 2 defensive teams going against each other that are powerhouse, 2 of the top 3 defenses. So it's going to be kind of running in mud, not as many big plays, right? And then you got the other side where you're going to have the better NFL quarterback. Defenses aren't as good. They play in flashes, so they're going to be good at times, but there's going to be more points scored. So I'm hoping we're going to get a 38-35 kind of game. And then this one is pacing to be a 23-20 game like I predicted. It's going to be crushing, soul crushing for whatever fan base loses this game. Probably even more so for Michigan, because I don't think Alabama thought they would be here. Milrow. Nice game by Milrow, gain of 8. Milrow is very shifty. He has a little Michael Vick in him when he wants to run. He runs like a running back wide receiver, not a quarterback. Milrow. First down, Bama. So Michigan ended up having the missed field goal and the extra point. If they would have made those, they're up 24-20, and they win the game. So essentially, Alabama is more deserving because they haven't fucked up as much. Michigan has been sloppy, but again, we'll have to find out if Michigan's defense truly is number 1 in the land. First down at 10. Man in motion, shotgun set, Milrow. Pressure. Incomplete. Yeah, I would say poor man's Justin Fields. Yeah, but sometimes Justin Fields looks pretty good. And now with the Bears with the first pick, what do? You keep Fields and you build around him, or do you go for like a Caleb or a Drake May? I think at this point I would keep him, and I would go alt, the best offensive lineman in the draft, and then if you want to go Maserati Marv, or whatever direction that you want to go, I would think offensive line and defense would be the most important. Keep building the O-line, even if you pass on Maserati Marv and put butts in the seats, and then get like the best linebacker in the draft, or defensive lineman that's actually going to make an impact. I think that's the most necessary upgrade. The Bears have to upgrade that whole defense and that whole O-line. So for them to ignore that and pick like a quarterback and a receiver in the first couple of picks in the draft would be stupid. But I don't know how stupid they are. We'll find out. Or if someone trades up and gives them a lot of capital for that first pick, which might happen. It all depends if they think that Fields is good enough to be the guy or if they want to start over. Sometimes Fields looks okay and sometimes he looks terrible. But again, they don't have a complete team. You give them a good offensive line, you give them a good defense, then that team is much better. Oh, good tackle. Oh, he fumbled it. Wow. Michigan fumbling the bag multiple times. Overtime. OT. 23-20. My ESP is strong. We're going to OT, baby. Yeah, I mean, really what it comes down to when we end up, if I want to do like giveaways and I want to do things, it comes down to people supporting. So the more that people support, then the more that we can do things, like that. But, if people are not supporting, it makes it harder to be able to do things like that. But it all depends on, I know there would be enough people that would, do a buy-in, but, it all depends on the right type of people at the right time. So. But the thing is that regardless if it's a low buy-in or $10 or $20, if I'm in the league, people are gunning to beat me. So it's not like they don't have any motivation. They are going to get prizes at the end. So if you do a $10 buy-in or a zero buy-in, if you're going to be in my league, you already know how I operate. That that there should be enough motivation there, and you're still going to end up getting a prize. I mean, if you have to do $10 to make you try harder, then you're probably not very good at fantasy. It's like. You got to be able to put in the time and the effort and the work. But I mean, if we get to a point where we, people actually decide to pay, and do something like that, yeah, I'm totally down for that $10 or $20 buy-in. But that's the problem, and we get people to actually do it, instead of people saying that they're going to do it and then they leave me hanging and then they don't, and then the league is already started or whatever. So. I mean, support was really good in 2022, but support was terrible in 2023, just being honest. So hopefully support will get better in 2024. And the better the support, the better things I can do, like jersey giveaways or swag giveaways and merch giveaways on like NFL.com. But, you can't expect me to be giving away all this shit when I'm not getting anything in return. I have to be able to survive and live since this is my full-time job. So I can't be, grinding for 3 or 4 hours at a zero, or sitting at a $13. Yeah, the only thing that's going to be going against Bo also too is his age. He's 24. So, I mean, if the Bucks ended up drafting him, I wouldn't mind that, having someone to compete with Baker, because Kyle Trask sucks. He's not good enough, but Baker's not good enough to be my guy for the next 5 or 6 years. So we'll see. We'll see where they go. Handoff. Gorham. Nice. Oh, Corum. 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 Let's go. Blake Corum, baby. Hell yeah. Extra point is up, and it's good. Michigan should have already won this game in regulation without all those mistakes. But again, when you're an elite team, sometimes you can, make up the mistakes, multiple mistakes, fumbles, bad snaps, even though Alabama had a couple bad snaps as well. But it's just been a sloppy game by Michigan, but they have so many elite players, that they're finding a way. Nice. Corum to the house, to the hizzy. I love it. I love him battling right there with a couple 360s after he was getting clipped, and he just kept pumping those legs. That's exactly what you want to see out of your stud running back. All right, come on, Michigan. Finley in the building. What's good, brother? Happy New Year to everyone that's in the room, that's watching on Twitter/X, or that is in the room. I hope you guys ended up having a great night last night. And if you didn't, hopefully everything is much better today as we're in 2024. And I didn't fuck up my intro saying 2023, so that was a good sign. Shotgun set, second down and 9. Milrow! Milrow! Oh, baby, first down. Bama, move the chains. Wow, Milrow running like Michael Vick. Bama, Bama, Bama. It's like every time you think a team is going to pull away, then they just fire back. So right now, if you're Alabama, you only have two options. Jalen Milrow is your number one option, running like an RPO or running some kind of design pass, and then he just runs it himself. Or, going to Isaiah Bond, his key guy. So you got to get Bond open and go to him. or you're going to have to just run around with your head cut off like a chicken with its head cut off with Milrow. And obviously, he's got the speed and the agility and the jukes because if you watch Milrow run, once he gets into space, he looks like a running back or a receiver, not a quarterback. So let's see what they decide to do here on 2nd and goal. Blitz coming off the edge. They shouldn't have done that. Like, why are you going to the running back McClellan twice? You're not going to get yards there. You got two options. One, right, scramble and gamble with Milrow. Two, Isaiah Bond. Know your personnel and know your team. McClellan running twice isn't going to get you shit. Not against that Michigan defense. Third and goal. Now, if they would have, scrambled and gambled with Milrow, maybe a little bit better of an option here. Milrow. Burton. Nice catch, Burton. 4th and goal for the game. Oh, Burton's hurt. Burton is hurt. His leg is fucked up. Oh, he's hurt. He's done. He's done. He's out. His leg is fucked up. Or he has a cramp. You got to have to go to Isaiah Bond. Milrow making a miraculous play or Bond. Good catch there. Oh, he got his leg bent back right there. See that? He got his leg bent back right there. He should have just went out of bounds, but he's fighting for more yards here. And then he's going backwards and watch his leg. Whoop! His knee got bent back right there. I mean, I get it, trying to pump your legs and get more yards, but you have to know where you're going. And if there's other guys close by, you're going to get rolled up on, and now you're fucked. And now you can't even come back in the game because you just didn't go out of bounds. That didn't look good. I don't think that was necessarily an ACL tear, MCL, or PCL, but it definitely got twisted and rolled up on there. All right, 4th and goal. Here it is. Yeah, the hack jacket was sweet. 4th and goal. Timeout. But I predicted Michigan, Washington, so hopefully I'm correct. Sarah had Michigan, Washington as well, so we're not going to be right, on everything, but I feel that we have a pretty good pulse on, what we like and who we think. See if this Michigan's defense can step up here. Another timeout. Boom! Michigan wins. Bang, bang, bang. But let me sit, baby. Michigan going to the netty. Man in motion. 4th and goal. Low snap. Milrow. Where are you going? Nowhere. Michigan wins. Why would you run it with Milrow right up the middle? That was the dumbest thing ever. And Michigan wins. All right, I need to get ready for the next stream since it's going to be starting here in just a second. So I'm going to need like 5 minutes of prep. So as soon as I end this, I got to start the next one. I've already made the thumbnail, and I don't know when the next game is going to start. Maybe a little bit delayed since this one is going. So we're here, and then I'm going to be here. So give me a couple minutes, and then I'll be live, and we'll be doing Texas and Washington for the Sugar Bowl. So I love you guys, and I appreciate you guys very, very much. And I got one question for you. Who you know talk sports like us? Your boy Ryan. Northwest Sports Fanatics. Final score in OT 27-20. Michigan advances. And I'll be back for the Longhorns and the Huskies in about 5 to 10 minutes. Gang, gang.